Yeah, today I'm playing as Castile in EU5. Unlike my first playthrough, which was Russia, Castile is a much more naval-focused game. Eventually, I'll probably move my capital somewhere in the south, like Cadiz, for the harbor capacity, or Sevilla, because it's also a very good city in this region. One of these two places probably will be our capital, and then we'll be able to project proximity through naval, unlike as Russia, where you have to go through land, which costs considerably more proximity cost until at least the Age of Absolutism, so you get a lot of good early game proximity. Starting out with tech, I'm going to go for organized religion. Then I'm going to go for the stability investment because that gives us extra stability, which is kind of nice. And then the institution growth because we want to get banking and stuff as early as possible. And maximum RGO size in rural. Our main early game plan, I think, is going to be to try to build up some Castilian galleys, or early Iberian caravels, I mean, because these give a pretty good amount of maritime presence and don't cost too much. That we are the only country that can get a .1 maritime presence thing this early, I think, which is a nice little advantage for the Iberians. Or not the only one. Portugal can also get it, but the rest of the European countries do not have access to this. Now I'm going to go into the budget real quick. Reduce diplomatic spending because it's a waste of money. Increase cost of court. I'm going to obviously increase inflation. We don't want negative inflation. I think I'm going to do something like 0.03 inflation, or 0.03 at the start here, because you want to have a little bit of inflation to try to get the parliament debate to reduce inflation. You get quite a lot from the parliament debate. It's like -6 inflation total when you account for the negative monthly inflation that it also gives. So just running a little bit of positive inflation is going to be nice. Then we can also, we're already max taxing the peasants, and the other estates are at the point where they're at 50%. Now we're paying a insane amount in forts. Obviously this is not going to be worth it, so I think I probably want to delete like basically all of these, or at least a lot of them. I'm not sure exactly which ones are going to be good to delete, but we definitely cannot be spending this much on forts. I don't know which ones I want to keep. I think for now, maybe I just delete them all, because civil wars will be really annoying if we have forts as well. So just removing all the forts will make things a lot simpler, although it'll make our wars against Portugal, if I do end up doing them, which I think I probably will do some wars against Portugal fairly early on, a little bit harder. But just gotta delete all the forts, and that shouldn't be too hard. And there's all the forts gone. Now my income is amazing, which is going to make everything else a lot easier. Now, we do have a little bit of a predicament, which is that we know our capital for sure is going to move to somewhere down here, or maybe up here. So all this area that we have control in right now, it's not going to be that valuable. So, like, where it's predicting profitability is not really going to be accurate. So I kind of just want to build things down here a lot. Also, it's weird that you can't build things in all markets. I'm not sure if this is something I'm missing of how to build in all markets. But I'm just going to build a bunch in, like, Sevilla. Even though it's less profitable than we could be getting in the north, it will mean that we can be a lot better when we actually move our capital down south, I think. So that's going to be pretty worth doing. Yeah, something like this. Cordoba also. That's not going to have too bad of control. I think there's a river that way. Yeah, there is a river that way. Actually, I don't know which way this river flows, but I assume this way is the low control cost way. I'm pretty sure, at least. Now I need to declare some more rivals as well, so I'll go for Tunis and, yeah, I guess Tlemcen. We're probably going to end up fighting all these countries pretty soon when I go in on Granada. Now I guess I should decide on some allies, or do I even want allies? Maybe. Looks like we can't ally anyone very good right now. Yeah, I guess we're not going to ally anyone for now. Maybe if we could ally Aragon, that would be kind of nice. I do wonder if we could, like, subjugate Navarra peacefully. Ask them to become our fiefdom. We can't... What is stopping us from doing this? At least one of this. Current ruler is one of theirs. I'm very confused why you need that. Wait, why is they... Oh, ask to become their fiefdom is the problem there. Okay. Yeah, we just need to get 150 relations, so I think I should just start improving relations with Navarra, and hopefully we can get them to accept vassalization at some point. We'll see. For now, I'm going to put a cabinet member on increasing control in Sevilla so that the thing will show slightly more accurate calculations, and then the other cabinet member can be on stabilizing the country, or no, I'll do it on strengthening government until we get some land to integrate. Then it will probably be integrating the land we get. The reason I'm waiting to move my capital instead of just moving it day one, by the way, is that when our ruler dies, we get events that let us move our capital to a bunch of different locations. Although I don't think it'll let us move it to Cadiz. Sevilla is a fine capital for now, and we can eventually move it to Cadiz later on if we want to utilize the better natural harbor. But I think for now, Sevilla will be better because it's a very high population city and will let us project a bit of inward control via the river. Now I'm going to build a spy network on Granada because I want to justify a religious war against them to conquer them. Obviously, Granada is a pretty weak country, so it should be fairly easy to fight Granada, except actually they're a subject of Morocco, I thought. Wait, what? Are they not? Usually, when I attack Granada, I end up fighting Morocco. Is this something that got changed? I've gotten so many events that give prestige. Now I have 56 prestige. I think this might be the highest prestige I've ever had. Usually your prestige stays pretty low. Can I justify a religious war yet? I don't have quite 20 spy network. Okay. Well, we'll get it pretty soon. Well, none of the buildings here have super high profitabilities. I'm looking just in the Sevilla market because obviously the other market is going to have lower control afterwards. So I'm going to start building marketplaces. I can build these in the north, in the Burgos market. And the nice thing about marketplaces is that we can just mass build them because marketplaces do not matter control. Control does not affect marketplaces. They'll give you the same effect regardless of their control. Well, maybe except for your ability to tax the burghers, but the main thing is the trade income, and you still get that just fine. You can create a CB on Granada for religious war. And I also wanted to talk about the fact that I saw some unique laws in Castile while I was looking at the country. You can see we get plus 10% crown power, plus 5% maximum taxation from Cortes de Castilla, which is pretty good, as well as giving agenda impact for the nobility, but that's not as important. And then we also have this one here, which gives negative 10% proximity cost, which is really nice. It would be even nicer if there wasn't Confederal Union, which already gives minus 5%. So it's actually only a 5% increase, but still that's very nice, especially because you don't have to take the 0.1 towards decentralization. I'm now able to call a parliament, so I will. And let's look at what we have available. Promote urbanization looks kind of decent. What else? Good options we have. Probably good to just call increased ties to neighbors. That'll give us a lot of support, except we actually still don't have starting 50% support, which is a little bit unfortunate. Reduce opinion. Yeah, we can do that. That's not too bad. Increase opinion. Can do that. Lessen levy obligations. Well, if I do that, I'm headed for trying to get like a CB or something. Do I want to do that is a bit of a question. Taxes. I mean, we can get more from like the commoners, but I mean, it would be more money, but I don't think it's that necessary, especially because actually commoners being happy is pretty nice for control, because if we look at pop satisfaction, we can see it's pretty high. It would be down quite a bit if we raise their taxes. So I'm kind of happy with the commoners being at 64% satisfaction. So I guess we can take a look and see if there's any laws that I really want to change, or if there's a war that I can't religious CB. Looking through my laws, I see noble levies looks like a pretty good law to change to, because Alarde just gives some levy recruitment speed, which I don't think is that important, whereas nobles levies gives plus 25% levy combat efficiency. So I'm going to pick that up, then I'll lessen levy obligations, and I will build a monastery, and that'll complete parliament, although maybe I could have just failed parliament. Now I've saved up a bit of money again. I'm going to spam up some marketplaces in the Sevilla market, because I do realize we need trade capacity in both, so we can do good trade routes. Well, there's a Castilian dynamic historical event here, and yeah, the button that says it's the historical option, that's definitely the bad option. Getting rid of a privilege for the land, or the commoners, and giving a privilege to the nobility, not good, not good. Better not to change the current system. Gives us an extra 7 stability as well, which is pretty nice. I wonder how much it would cost to go max stability spending. It's only 18. Maybe that's worth it. I mean, that's a lot of our income. I think I'll not do it for now. Well, this is not a good event. I either lose 20% satisfaction and get this minus 50% raw materials output, or I have to get plus 100% local nobles and clergy power in all my wool provinces. I assume wool provinces aren't enough in my country for this to be a big issue, and I'll just give it to them, I guess. Yeah, probably. I doubt that our whole country is wool Actually, we have a good amount of wool, but it's like it's not obvious. It's obviously not our whole country. It's maybe 5%. The Age of Renaissance starts. Now we've got pretty much two options: the -5 war score cost or the -2.5 proximity cost. I think I prefer the -2.5 proximity cost, so I'm obviously going to go with administrative. Proximity cost stacking is like just so strong. Venice just spawned banking, so that's kind of interesting. That probably means I want to unautomate some of the trade in the Sevilla market and start trying to do some manual trade with Venice so that I can spread the stuff over here a little bit faster. They have a lot of cloth, glass. I doubt we have a lot of glass in our market. We can take a look and see if we have a big surplus of glass. Oh, we actually do. Okay, well, I'll try to find something that the Venice market has that we don't. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't find any trades that were super good profit, but I am importing paper to just try to start getting a little bit of institution spread on banking. Yeah, it's not super fast yet, but it's a little bit of spread. I do want to build a library in Sevilla, so I'm going to start trying to build up some scriptoriums so I can then get books and use the books to make the library. Probably should build like 4, not 5. That way it'll finish in just 2 constructions. That seems pretty good. I forgot to immediately use my CB on Granada, but they have indeed become a Moroccan subject. Interesting. I guess it just takes them a second to become a Moroccan subject. Or no, they're not a Moroccan subject. They're just allied to Morocco. I think they're usually a Moroccan subject. Well, I will co-belligerent Morocco. That way I can separate piece Granada after I full occupy them. And then I can raise levies and prepare for war against Granada and Morocco. Yeah, I gotta cancel my spy network. Bring all the levies down to like here so that we don't get killed while merging our levies, and then start sieging down the forts in Granada, or their one fort in Granada, and also prepare to kill all the armies that Morocco sends up here and that Castile or that Granada has. Yeah. It looks like they've had their first invasion, but that's not going to go very well for them. Even though I'm kind of low morale, I should be able to easily win this battle. Yeah, easy wins. Nice. We killed this army as well. Very easy stack wipes. I'm going to split the army in 2, and I'm going to put this one on sieging Granada. Meanwhile, the other half tries to worry about like sieging the random non-fort stuff. I guess I should also send my fleet out. I should have done this day 1 actually to propagate naval proximity, but it's not too important. Or I should probably put my leader of my country on this fleet actually. Yeah, that way we get a little bit more crown power. And then I will start spamming out some early Iberian caravels into this army, or into this navy, so that way you can get more proximity gain from it. If you click through here, this menu, then they'll automatically get sent to your navy when it is built. This is truly a Connor moment. I accidentally stepped out of the siege because I like collected all my troops like that and then right-clicked, and yeah, I accidentally stepped off the siege. Actually, it didn't cancel my siege progress, or maybe it only canceled part of it. I don't know, but I know I have some siege progress remaining, so that's good at least. Obviously, I want to go towards capital economy, but I think it's not worth those penalties to go towards capital economy, so I'm going to pick up this option here. I'm not showing off all the events, of course. I'm just showing off the events where I think there's a sort of interesting choice, or it's a historical event. Okay, I sieged down Granada. Oh, I thought I made Morocco the war leader, but apparently I did not. Okay. Well, how does Granada feel about getting full annexed along with me getting Morocco's territory in Iberia? They do not like that very much. Not at all, in fact. I'm surprised that they hate that much. If I leave them with just one location, they're still -28. Yeah, the war enthusiasm not quite as good as I was hoping. We should still be getting war score. Or defender ticking is actually still going, that's why. Defender ticking will be going away pretty soon. And with that, we should be in a little bit of a better position. Now they're only a mere -49. That's still pretty bad, though. Probably want to go into the Moroccan mainland to secure a separate piece on Morocco or something. Wow, this is quite tough. Okay, if I Consolidate units. I can cross with like 8,000 troops at a time. Uh-oh, my troops got attacked. Hopefully I can reinforce them in time. Consolidate? Yeah, I can send this 10k. No! Uh-oh. Okay, well that didn't quite work out. Okay, maybe let's not do that. Yeah, let's not. Okay. It's a little bit too risky, I think. I think it's... wait, what? I'm a little bit confused. Um, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Oh, these troops cannot leave because these troops are here. Okay. Yeah, that's not ideal. Next battle, we can get them to retreat. Hopefully, yes, they're now retreating across. I'm gonna try to make more transports because I don't know that we're gonna be able to piece out this war without occupying some Moroccan land. So if we can get more transports, we can ship over more troops at once and not just get attacked while we're over there. Oh, actually, I can raise naval levies. That'll be good enough. This 8 extra ships will help out quite a lot. Yeah. Yep, there's our 8 ships. Now this should let me ship over like 20k at a time because these are transports. Yeah, there we go. Now we can ship over much more. You need to keep going. Yeah, okay. And then we can merge these guys and send them across as well. Very good. Are these guys landed into a battle? Okay, I'll try to help them out there. Because, yeah, we are taking a pretty bad crossing penalty, I think. Yeah, -3. I mean, we're losing, or we have the penalty, but now we're getting good casualty ratio. Okay, good to see. My troops are running out of food. I kind of wanted to go further, but since the troops are running out of food, I'm just gonna do something like this and wait till I can piece out Morocco, probably. I do want to take all of Morocco's land here. Or if I can do that in the Granada peace deal, that would also work. But yeah, I can't really go further because I'm running out of food. I'm actually still running out of food. I'm going for Fez because I see they only have like 5,000 troops left at this point. Although I have very few troops left too. They have even fewer, so I should be fine. Just sort of trying to end this war. Eventually they'll get enough from length of war that they're going to be willing to peace out, as well as the ticking war score going up, right? So that'll help out. Occupied the province capital there. The problem with this one is like the province capital borders a fort, so you can't occupy the province capital. It'll just get flipped back. Uh-oh. Are we losing this battle? We are losing this battle because I don't have a general. Oops. Okay, I should definitely have a general for this army. Okay, inflation is a bit too high now, so I'm gonna put the minting at going to -0.00, so we'll hopefully roll the parliament and reduce it. We didn't roll parliament this time, but whatever. Yeah, I'll do promote castle works, just get the parliament support. Contain banking, definitely don't want to do that. Address nobility fortification complaints. That'll lower nobility satisfaction by a lot. Gain a war exhaustion is not ideal. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I might just have to fail this parliament. Too bad. Okay, I sieged Fez. So now I can take a pretty good peace deal from Morocco. I can take 2 locations. I'll take these 2 locations. Or maybe we can take more if we let the auto siege thing happen. No, I think this is good enough. We get a little bit of stuff on the Moroccan coast that we can use for future war justification, which is a little bit nice, and we'll have probably pretty good proximity to that, because yeah, Ceuta is a pretty good natural harbor, and so once our capital's in like Sevilla, we can project proximity there pretty easily. That'll be nice. Morocco driven from Iberia. Good, that gives us some religious influence and money. And now I can also peace out with Granada, getting some money, and annexing them. Disband levies, so we get a little bit more tax base and stuff, because, you know, it gets messed up when your levies are raised. Wait, I still have levies raised? Unraise? Okay, yeah, this is just a professional army. I thought it was maybe small enough that it was a navy, or one of the great powers now. That's nice. Get negative prestige, a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Tax base back up to its all-time high, although could definitely be a little bit higher. We can get pretty good profitability, but we'd have to build up in Valladolid, which I don't want to do. Why is it so much less efficient here? I would think it would be not 3 times less. Maybe the market prices here are pretty bad. Well, for some reason I lost my great power status, but we're at an all-time high for tax base, so that's pretty nice. 213 now. I'm gonna build hospitals in some of the extremely high population locations. Yeah, Toledo I think is high enough population to get it. Because these locations, you know, the plus 10% disease resistance will be good enough that I think it's worth building it up. Then I will also build up some libraries because I want to get the qualifications growth. Looks like I only have enough books for one library right now. The Black Death has reached Sevilla. This is very unfortunate. Once we get into a sufficient portion of our population, I will segregate the infected. Every location we own in Sevilla will have the spread of the Black Death reduced by minus 5%. I don't think that actually helps us because that'll just make it reappear. No, we're just gonna take the 15 commoners approval. That'll make them really happy with us, probably. Yeah, 87% satisfaction. All of our provinces have like 91% satisfaction or whatever. Some of these provinces in the north have 99% because the peasants literally have 100, and then the other estates are a little bit less happy, of course. I'll take some progress towards innovative. Okay, the Black Death has spread a pretty good amount at this point, so I will segregate the infected. That'll give us some extra disease resistance, which is important. Help our pops from this go down to like 4 million instead of everyone in the world dying. Yeah, like it's probably the difference of like 400,000 pops or something. I'm not actually sure exactly how disease resistance works, but I assume that it's a semi-significant amount of deaths. We'll see. Or we won't see. We'll hope that we can figure that out eventually. Apparently I have a claimed throne CBA on Portugal, but I can't use it because I'm in a marriage union with them, which stops me from declaring war on them. Well, our country experienced 2.25 million deaths, but the Black Death is now solidly receding from our country, I think. It's out of Sevilla and stuff. I think all of our states have built up a pretty good resistance at this point, so it shouldn't be coming back, hopefully. Nice, I gotta balance the budget parliament issue. I'm going to click that, and then I will lessen levy obligations to the nobility, and this will pass, giving us negative 2.5 inflation. And then it also has 180 days where we get minus 0.4% a month, meaning that's going to be a total of like minus 1.5%. So we can go up to the point where that's giving like minus 0.3, and we should end up with basically no inflation at the end of this. Oh yeah, I should be trying to integrate our southern province of Cadiz, and should I release the rest as a subject? I don't know if it's worth it. Andalusi has only 2.4 cultural tradition actually, so we should be able to integrate the subject really easily. So yeah, I'm going to release a subject out of our Andalusian territory. Create subject, custom subject. Click here, fiefdom, and then I will grant it the 2 neighboring southern provinces. And we can just, maybe, no, I'll keep Malaga. I should be able to spread control to Malaga, or is there a natural harbor in Malaga? There sort of is a natural harbor in Malaga, so I'm going to keep Malaga, and I'm just going to give this guy Almeria, and that seems pretty good. We'll give them some territory to integrate, but enough that they can do it relatively quickly as well. Okay, balance the budget passed. Yeah, now I'm at 0.09 inflation. So I'll go back to getting like 0.03, make a little bit of money. Pretty nice. You can see our tax base has declined quite a bit because of the Black Death. Like if we look at Sevilla, it has quite a big lack of burgers right now. I'm going to revoke communal lands from the peasants. I really want to go centralization, and yeah, they're making it kind of hard. I'm gonna use this cabinet member to go centralization. It is gonna mean that we stop getting extra control in Sevilla, which will hurt our economy temporarily, but we really need to start pushing centralization values eventually. Getting that minus 10 proximity cost is very good. Going down on inflation a little bit, I think we want to not run all of our parliaments on balance the budget. I was wondering why my tax base dropped so much after I removed the increased control. It's actually just because of the silver mine here, I think. The silver mine has a lot of potential tax base. Yeah, I'm surprised how strong the silver mine is. I'm going to put on embellish great works of faith onto our church because I want to push more centralization. That gets us up to 0.18. Definitely want to get a bit more than that, but it's kind of tough to get more. Knowledge is power, yeah. Hmm. I mean, a lot of the stuff here is stuff that we can't do yet. Like, restricted workers unions, I'm pretty sure, is in one of the final ages. So, yeah, pretty tough to get centralization up, but we are going to want to get this as high as possible because negative 10 proximity cost is just an insanely good modifier. So far, I've just saved up a lot of money. Hopefully, that'll be useful once we can actually move our capital to Sevilla. For now, it's kind of tough to actually utilize all the money. I guess I can start expanding like all the places around Sevilla into towns in preparation for when we move our capital to Sevilla, and then start building up all these places. That seems like a good use of money. For now, all these places are gonna have terrible control, just like Sevilla does, but it's fine. I'm gonna build a bunch of granaries in Sevilla. They give more provincial food capacity, which will mean that we can get slightly more population growth. And so we're getting 0.05 from large food storage. We can get that up to 0.1, which will be a little bit nice. Aragon allied England? Well, that's not ideal. That means I either need to ally England or something, because I wanted to fight Aragon. I mean, maybe... No, they still want to join even while they're at war with France. I'm gonna grant this tax efficiency estate privilege. It's always nice to get some more tax efficiency, although it will kill our crown power slightly. It's not too big of a deal. 10% tax efficiency is a somewhat significant increase. I think I'll also pick up building rights actually, and oh, this one is good too. Production efficiency. How much power do I want to give the burghers? That is the question. I think I'll give them urban development grants as well. The development will be nice. Well, France is doing a really good job against England and Aragon right now, so I'm going to go to war with them. I'm gonna do this. Then, okay, a capital economy, that seems good. Fabricate CB, Aragon, and I'll go for Valencia, sure, that seems fine. Parliament approved claims. Now I can raise levies, and this shouldn't be too hard of a war, given that like most of their country is occupied by France at this point. Or not most of it, but quite a large amount. And so I imagine that they don't have that big of an army. They have an army about as big as mine, but they're also distracted in the France war. First battle against Aragon, we're winning by a lot, obviously, because we've got way more troops. I should definitely balance the troops, though. That'll help out a bit. These forts over here are probably pretty important to siege. I also wonder, like, how much territory can we take? Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but we can take a decent amount. If we can take the whole Valencia estate, then that'll be, like, not too bad. Yeah, that's only 18 war score, actually. Okay. So, I'll go for the capital of Valencia, I guess, and then maybe split my army in half and have half siege down Zativa and half siege down Castello de la Plana or something. That seems pretty good. Split in half, balance unit, Zativa, and then you, balance unit, go to there, and then I can send my navy to go blockade, and that'll be pretty good. Yeah, we got the blockade in. Okay, siege down Zativa successfully. The Provincians have just landed in, like, Galicia, so I'm gonna send my army to go track them down. Looks like France just peaced out with Aragon. Looks like they didn't take anything, so that's pretty good. Maybe I should be going for a peace deal that cuts off Aragon from Spain. Oh, our ruler died. Nice. Now I can pick up Sevilla as capital. Oh, and I formed a union with Portugal? Okay. Well, I guess that's good. Yeah, nice to have a union with Portugal. I mean, it means we can't annex them as easily, but it probably wouldn't have been that useful to annex them too early anyway, right? And I don't think all their colonial territory is going to count for annexation time, so it shouldn't be that hard to annex them later on. Yeah, we'll just have to slowly do our union policies. I don't think it'll be too difficult. We got this. Gotta track down the Provence army so they don't siege our country down. Now that the capital's in Sevilla, this is what the proximity map mode looks like. It looks pretty good, although proximity before was pretty good in the north. Now all these states are going to lose a ton of proximity, but like the silver mine is going to be much more productive now. The silver mine tax base on that location can go up to 26 and it's currently at 5. Well, what is it actually going to go up to? Yeah, it's going to go up to 75%, so that'll be like 18 or something. I should probably put a cabinet member on increasing control just so it goes a little bit faster. Yeah, I'll take this guy off of integrating for a second to increase control in Sevilla. Nice, we got the local infrastructure tech for minus 2.5 proximity cost. That'll make everything just a little bit better. Cordoba is at what? Over 50% proximity? That's pretty decent. Is it over? It's not a downstream river, unfortunately, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna get England to leave this war in exchange for 650 ducats because, yeah, if they like actually send troops to this war, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. So I'm just gonna get them out. Well, after a bit more occupation, I can now peace out Aragon for this peace treaty, I think is what I'm end up going for. Snaking all the way to Barcelona, which is pretty nice. Yeah, Aragon is now a pretty minor country. I will put my navy back on, like, patrolling the seas, though, because we do need to get ourselves some more proximity. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, I'll do Iberian West Coast and Alboran Sea. That should work, hopefully. I have no clue why it's just sitting in port. Well, I'll just ban my levies and hopefully it'll get out of port. Maybe it needs to wait for the leader to appear. I don't know. I'll just bring it over to Sevilla. I'm opening the RGO thing for Sevilla market and building up a bunch of stuff because, yeah, control here is slowly growing. On all these locations, it was pretty low, and now it's getting to go up because we got so much proximity in this southern region, pretty much all the way to Malaga. We could get the proximity cost on a lot of locations to be down quite a lot if I just built up some roads. So I'm going to build up a bunch of roads out from Sevilla, like here, 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 and whatever. This should be a pretty good set of roads that get me a lot less proximity cost to all this stuff, which will be nice, although it'll take a little bit for the roads to get built. I actually don't know if multiple, or if more than 2 roads can be built at a single time, because, you know, each state can only build 2 things, but I don't know if roads are an exception to that. I was looking at creating subjects here, and I see we actually have the ability to get quite a lot of cores. I probably shouldn't have conquered, like, all of the cores of Kingdom of Valencia, but I can release Kingdom of Catalonia, and I'll do that as a vassal so that they don't combine each other's liberty desire. And then we'll have a ton of cores we can use for our next war against Aragon, reconquer all of Catalonia's cores, and that'll be a very nice little way to expand for cheaper. Then I could also release Catalonia just so that I can integrate them easier, because all this territory is conquered, and having to use a cabinet member to integrate it would not be ideal. Yeah, I think I'm going to create a subject, or yeah, I think it'll be fine for Liberty Desire. I'm going to create Valencia as a vassal as well. And yeah, that should be pretty good. I think control in the Sevilla province is now pretty good, so I'll take my cabinet member back to integrating. I could start helping control in the neighboring provinces, but those ones will get control over time, it's fine. Sevilla province is the only one that matters a ton. I will start up the annexation progress of Granada, because we want to annex them. They annex them, you know, we'll have cores on their territory, because they have cored up their 2 provinces. Oh, I just realized I got excommunicated, because looking at my prestige, because I need 5 to start a union vote, and I have -0, or I have 0, and I'm getting -0.5 from being excommunicated. That's unfortunate. I guess I should try to improve relation to the Pope. Can I pay to get my thing removed? I know in EU4 you could pay to get your excommunication gone. I don't know that that's a thing in this game, though. Looks like I can't find it too easily, at least, so maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe economy actions with the Pope? No, seemingly not. Well, Morocco just declared war on me. That's interesting. No way Morocco thinks they can win, right? That's kind of insane for Morocco to duck. I guess they have coalition war, right? They must have coalition. Yes, they're coalition warring me. Okay, I guess I'll probably end up taking something like this as a peace deal. Just a little bit of a minor expansion. I don't know. Do I even want to fight this war? I think we can probably just occupy this and then we white peace them. But, yeah, I think it's fine. I'm just gonna raise my levies. and we'll see how the war goes. I don't think it'll be too hard. I think once our levies are raised, they're only at 53% war enthusiasm now because they have huge minus from military balance. Although that's gonna fix itself slightly once their levies get raised, but I think they'll still dislike the military balance quite a lot. This 25 stack of transports needs to get in here so we can transport all of our troops across. I'm fighting them in Fez. I think they deleted their fort in Fez, which is pretty interesting that they would have done that. Yeah, they deleted their fort in Fez. So I'll split my army in half and send half of it to the fort right by Fez. I haven't called Parliament too long. Okay, I'll do sponsor the noble arts. Aristocratic support. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, I think -5 legitimacy is better than the -7 stab hit from failing this, so I'll just do that. Well, this army just defeated one of my stacks, and now it's going after the other one. But I can reinforce the battle, I think, and hopefully come out on top. No, I'm still losing that battle, I think. Or it's close. Maybe we win the left flank and then win the war? Or win the battle? Yeah, we do. Okay, good to see. We had a lot of casualties in that battle, but we do end up being victorious. I did not mean to split that in half. I meant to balance unit. Okay. Okay, we're 20 away from a white piece right now. I do just kind of want to get a white piece because, yeah, Tunis and stuff have a lot of troops. More troops than me, in fact. So maybe I should just retreat off of the peninsula, or off of this area and try to get a white piece that way. I could probably offer them tribute of something. Give food access, give mill access. That's almost enough, actually. Then I can just give them a bit of money. And we can get Morocco to go away. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I don't want to keep fighting this war. Because we weren't doing too good in it. So I can send my army back. Yeah. Oh, I should definitely ask Andalusia to improve cultural opinion before I finish annexing them. Because you start out with a super negative opinion of Andalusia. And so this should make it slightly easier to accept them. Oh, but it only does it in this direction. But that should make it cheaper to accept them, right? Yeah, that reduced the cost by like half. So that's good. How long can I do this again? No, I can't do this again for another 50 years. So yeah, we're not going to do it again. But it's nice to get it a little bit cheaper at least. Because I do want to core this stuff eventually, obviously. Although maybe it's still too expensive for it to be worth it. But we can just enable it for a second and then disable it probably. I just got 10 prestige from an event. So now I can do foundation laws. And vote for establish seniority, which will be nice. That way we can become the senior partner, and then we gotta do like a codifying succession law, but we're not gonna have enough prestige for that probably. Okay, the union has seniority now, and I am indeed the senior partner. I can't do another one because I am out of prestige. I'm not sure how long excommunication lasts. Does it last the entire lifetime of my ruler? Maybe. That would be quite punishing if it lasted that long. I have hit 20% of my locations with professional armies, so I will embrace that institution. Pretty nice. Banking will be next, and that will be a much nicer institution. Professional armies has some good stuff like the artillery, but it's not too important compared to banking, which will let us get more monthly sailors, which will mean we can get a bigger navy, which will be very nice. I'm going to go down to Houndfeist because artillery is probably the most important thing in professional armies, although I don't know if we'll get all the way there before we get banking. Because banking is spreading pretty good in the south of our country. Granada getting annexed. Yeah, this territory gets integrated, not cored, unfortunately, but it'll be... we can core it once we get some prestige to use to increase cultural acceptance, probably. For now, it'll still have decent control, because we have pretty good proximity to the coast here, although obviously the proximity right around here is going to go away, if you look at the real proximity map, but we can see the coast all has pretty good control. Like Almeria still has 41, Malaga has 53. Well, invading Aragon is going to bring us against the Papal States, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've got a -25% war score thing from one of my subjects, so I can take quite a lot of land here, I think. Like, what is the control? Yeah, control for Aragon doesn't look too good. I guess they're increasing control in that area. Yeah, that's one province, so that would explain why that area has better control, but I assume we can take like a lot of Aragon in this war. What's their total war score cost? 254? So we can take like half of their country at least, assuming that that war score cost is correct, because we can take 133 with -25% war score cost peace deal. Something like this, along with this island. Yeah, this is looking pretty solid, what we can take. And we haven't even occupied the forts. Once we occupy the forts, they'll be a lot cheaper. Raise the levies. We're definitely going to take a ton. We also want this stuff in the Barcelona region, obviously. We take like all the stuff that has cores, something like this. And then they'll just be left with this northern section. And I guess there's stuff over here in Sardinia, which I can try to conquer as well, maybe. I'm going to replace our old administrative system with Merinidad. It gives like 1.2 development every 100 years from this 0.001 monthly development, but that doesn't account for modifiers. So I think it's better than plus 10% integration speed along with plus 10% nobles power, which is a bad modifier. So I'm going to pick that up. It'll cost us losing this debate, but that's really not too big of a deal. I'm also going to try to win this war with Aragon. Probably consolidate, balance, split, go there, and balance, go there. And then siege down 2 places at once, which isn't too bad. Except actually, I should probably deal with their armies. Yeah, I should probably go kill them. Okay. Got my first fort siege. Now I'll go for the second fort. Kill Barcelona again. It's quite unfortunate that the Pope hates me and is joining against me in wars, because, yeah, that might mean I need to go out of Catholic, which would not be a very Spanish thing to do, but it does seem like we might have to do this run if the Pope keeps excommunicating me. We'll see how long that keeps happening for. If it happens on a new ruler, that would be pretty annoying. Hopefully it doesn't, though. Hopefully it's just over. It would be very unfortunate, like France uses our excommunicated status to invade us or whatever. Well, I kind of want to do a peace deal like this, except for the fact that France is going to get 154 aggressive expansion with me, which is kind of insane. I'm trying to improve relations with them, but I don't think I can handle 154. I should be integrate province. I thought you were integrating province. I don't know why you stopped. I'm going to try to get all the Catalan cores occupied so I can transfer them to Catalonia. That way we don't have to... Or I think that'll cost less AE if they directly conquer the cores instead of me giving them after the war. We'll see. It's worth a try at least. And then other than that, we might just have to take less here and accept like a lower war score peace deal or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll see. I should just auto-occupy the rest of the Catalonian cores, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should get the cores auto-occupied at this point. Okay, it looks like directly returning the cores does not reduce the aggressive expansion at all. Okay, let's say I just don't take, like, anything here, and we leave them with a bunch in that direction. What is France feeling about this? France is still plus 89. Okay, well that's not ideal. What about if I take this? 85. Okay, let's say I don't take Narbonne. 80? It's a lot. Okay, I checked, and the reason that France is getting so much AE shown here is actually just because it doesn't consider your negative AE that we currently have. Like, you see it says plus 95, but we have 0 AE right now, except we actually have negative AE. It just doesn't show how much negative AE you have if you have negative AE, because there are some sources of minus AE, like same religion and stuff. And we have a ton from improving relations. So I think I'm going to do a peace deal like this. If we do more, it's a little risky, because like Italy and stuff is also joining. And yeah, I'll take a 100 war score peace deal with some money. And that's pretty nice. Let's check out the AE map mode. We've got 27 AE with France. Yeah, we could have taken more near France. Unfortunately, Genoa and stuff do kind of hate me, but you know, that's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. I need to get Morocco out of the coalition as well. Maybe it should be diplomatic spending. I don't like diplomatic spending. Okay, well, they're in the coalition. It is what it is. Hopefully we can get Genoa to not join the coalition. They might join it, though. Just as long as the coalition doesn't declare, we're fine. The coalition will probably declare, but we'll be fine. Now Catalonia is the dominant Catalan country. I can try to increase cultural opinion, assuming we don't have terrible liberty desire on them. Yeah, liberty desire isn't too bad, so I will Oh, I can't ask to improve cultural opinion with anyone for another 50 years? Oh, I thought it was just with that culture. Okay, well that makes this interaction quite a bit less, quite a bit less good. I got another event that gave me 15 prestige, so now I can vote for unified succession law. I have so much money that I could be spending. I should definitely spend this. It's just tough to find profitable buildings, because most buildings are very little profit, but I guess that's kind of fine. Yeah, I just need to accept lower profitability. I'm used for some reason I want everything to be making at least one profit, but that's just like not realistic. Yeah. I should definitely be spending money. Having 10k saved up is way overkill. Marketplaces, build like all the marketplaces in the world. I don't know why it doesn't mass build them here. I guess maybe we're out of workers? No. Why does it not want to build up marketplaces in like Granada more? I don't know. Looks like Portugal's supporting us for unified succession law, which is kind of nice. Well, I mean, it's not that important, but they would get negative estate satisfaction if they decline, which would result in probably getting revolts. Every time I can, I'm going to be trying to click these, of course. Looks like we need 3 more years of union for the next law. Okay, I can now embrace banking, which is very nice. Now I'm going to abandon like all these techs. Yeah, I guess I'll keep that tech going because we already partially researched it. Then we'll go banking. Then I need to go for docks, protected harbor, or no, protected harbor doesn't give monthly sailors, so it's not too important. We'll go for Castilian Navy for plus 10% maritime presence. Bark. Is Iberian caravel better? I'm trying to see what is better about this. Okay, I guess it has more cannons. Is that kind of it? What's this number? Whole size. The last damage ship takes. Is it more expensive or is it cheaper though? That is question. Looks like it's maybe around the same cost. So I guess I'll go for the Iberian caravel, protected harbor, then exploration preparation time. Sure. Trade range, bureaucracy, Pound Lock Canal. Lots of good stuff to get here. Well, I just got decked on by Morocco for Coalition CB again, which, yeah, not ideal. I would like to just peace out with this coalition as fast as possible. If I raise levies before it, I can probably get a decent peace out. I don't know what to do with this coalition war. Yeah, they're minus. Wait, what? They don't desire anything else. This is what we call perfectly balanced, I'd say. Yep. Yeah, that seems perfectly balanced to me. Feels like all my buildings are unprofitable. I guess you should expand RGOs. Oh yeah, I can get quite a lot of profitable RGOs. Yeah, I spent like 3k on RGOs. Most of them are pretty profitable. Nice we get merchants in trade. I wonder if that's going to help increase our trade income even more, because now we'll have 250 more trade range, which I assume means we can trade with some more markets, which might be a little bit better. Like, I bet I couldn't trade with the Pest market before. Riga, Kaffa, Tbilisi. Looks like we still can't trade with Mali, unfortunately, but we can trade further than we could have before, I think. Looks like it only barely increased our trade income. I think it was like 45 before, now it's 47, so that's not very big of a jump, but it is a increase. I don't know if that was actually related, though. I can't see if we have any new trades, really, because it only shows like the top few here, and I don't want to look through all the other menus. Granada just rose up. Okay, I will raise levies from like Seville and Cadiz, and that'll probably be enough on its own to take out Granada, I think. Yeah, this is like 4,000 troops. Just siege down the city of Granada, and that should be a pretty easy win. Right? Granada shouldn't be that hard to beat, I think. Maybe win that battle. Now I can send this 800 stack to like Malacca and siege down Granada. This should be a pretty quick win, except that I'm going to get defeated in Malacca, but I can send in these troops and then we'll win that battle, or we will win the next battle. No, we're losing? No, we're winning. They said we were going to lose, but no, we're losing. Okay. Need to balance units and merge these two. I'll raise a little bit more levies. Yeah, I'll raise these two. Need a little bit more. Make sure we can win this war. Okay, we can now peace out with Granada. Very nice. No more war with Granada. Oh, unfortunately that war kind of killed my control in the Granada area. Yeah, that's very unfortunate that I no longer have control over there. It's slowly going to build back up, but it's going to take a while. I got the docks unlocked, so now I can start building docks. Or there already is a dock in Sevilla, but I can build more docks to help increase harbor capacity and get more monthly sailors, because I do need to get a bigger navy to spread more maritime presence. I can declare war on Aragon again. This time I think I should be able to actually full annex them, which will be pretty nice. The only question is how much AE is it going to be? And the answer is quite a bit, but the question is like how much is France getting off of this? Looks like not that much, because we don't even see them on the list in the list. Bottoms out at plus 15 so far. But what if I conquer like everything but the capital region, which is what I can do right now? Then the list, okay, France is getting 76 AE, but we have some negative AE right now, so it's probably fine. It'll be fine. Just raise levies, and we gotta siege down Aragon, and then we can full annex them this war. We could also try to vassalize them or something, which maybe that's better. Yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna try to vassalize Aragon in this peace deal. The Aragonese don't have enough troops to scare me from just splitting my army in half and sieging down both of their forts. I'm just going to do that real quick. Well, we have both balance the budget and expand gravel road network, but I've got enough money right now, so I'm just going to pick up expand gravel road network. Favor the faith policy? No, I don't want to do that. So I'll reduce opinion, limited export, and precious metal distribution. Minus 33% income from minting. What privilege these guys want? Noble patronage of the arts. That doesn't look like a bad privilege. 50% estate power is kind of bad, but I mean, other than that, it's really not a bad privilege. Yeah, okay, I think I'm fine giving out that privilege to get this to pass, because we get plus 10 centralization progress, which is nice. I can vote on economy of the union. I'm going to go for a vote for unified treasury, because I need to get the stuff for the union to actually unite. We need all the union integration stuff. Oh, my trading income's gone down. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we're actually earning a pretty small profit right now. Oh, also we are low legitimacy. That would explain why our profit is so bad, actually. Plus 5 progress towards centralization. Nice little event. Gets us over 50%. Always got to get that minus proximity cost. It's so important. I'm sieging down Andorra, because I guess I want to take them in the peace deal. I can already take Aragon, so, might as well go for Andorra. Can I just separate piece them for full annexation? Yeah, I can. What? Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there, but I can peace out Aragon for becoming a fiefdom. Very nice. Disband levies, and yeah, now we've got another fiefdom, which can pay us some more money. Each giving us like 5 right now. Apparently France still has 0 AE against me. Probably next parliament I want to go for a CB on Navarra to annex them, because they're evilly joining my coalition. I got a minus 20% antagonism received modifier for the next 10 years. Well, that would have been a little bit more useful if that happened like a year ago. I'm going to turn like all of my coastal places here into towns. I guess I should check the resources. Oh, this doesn't meet the requirements. I need at least 5,000 pops, but I'm going to turn a bunch into towns so I can make more docks for more sailors. And I'll also get slightly more control. I should make sure that they don't have good resources though. All these ones with fish are not good resources. Yeah, a lot of these have fish. Malaga's already a city. Is sugar important? It doesn't look very profitable, so probably not important. Probably go somewhere to like there. And then natural harbors we can make sure, but they already have, right? No, Cartagena actually doesn't. Oh, I just realized a bunch of our territory actually is under 5% pop capacity, so I can build settlements. That'll help it reach up to 5% of its pop capacity, although I think for a lot of these it's like barely. Gibraltar actually looks like it's very far off of 5%, so that'll be nice for Gibraltar especially. My market doesn't have enough wood. Um, okay. Maybe I should spam lumber mills then, if I'm actually running out of wood. Let's go down to the Sevilla market. And yeah, I'll just build up like a ton of lumber mills, because apparently the market is actually kind of lacking wood. Because the roads can't build, because we're that low on wood. We do have very few laborers in a lot of our locations though, so it's going to take a while. Maybe I should probably invest in stability, because I don't really have too much other uses for my money. And if I invest in stability, I can get some more pop promotion speed. We got the Western Schism going on right now, and I can choose a side to support. I guess I'll support Rome. Doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna start building up a new navy to propagate proximity along this coast, because this navy is just big enough to do that section, I think. I'm gonna start building up a new navy for this other section. The Sevilla, I'm gonna put way more navy in than the rest because it has like +2 building cap, or +2 naval building cap on a time because of a special building, which is pretty nice. Oh yeah, I should build protected harbors like everywhere. That'll be nice. Giving an extra 0.1 to harbor capacity, I think. Yeah, plus 0.1 harbor capacity. Mass build protected harbors. Very nice. Now all these places will have slightly better proximity. Specifically, let's look at a state that has 100%. Extra 0.75 or 7.5% proximity cost, which translates into... How much proximity is that? I'm trying to think. That's 3 proximity, except it's actually 6 because we're getting it both on the sending side and the receiving. I'll run balanced budget in Parliament. That'll give me some nice minus monthly inflation, which means I can now run like something like this for a little bit, earning a ton of money. Address spiritual retreat complaints, sure. And yeah, that gets me over 50% in Parliament. Okay, we got balance the budget done. Slowly gaining up more inflation again. The tax base has been going up quite a bit over the last couple of years. Very nice. Well, since I have so much money, I think I'm going to try to do some exploring. I'm going to explore the Azores Sea. Sort by location distance to target. Okay, I'll get the closest place. I think I need military skill for this, so I'll grab this guy. And yeah, we'll see how exploration goes. I haven't tried exploration before, actually. I really died. I'm going to keep my capital in Sevilla. I think it's a pretty good place to have the capital pretty much forever. And then I'm going to start annexing Valencia. Oh, our ruler is actually Portuguese now. I guess that does make sense because we're in a union with Portugal, though I guess we have a chance to get Portuguese rulers. I can do the next part of our union. We vote for unified external diplomacy. How's my exploration going? I guess I should check on that. 47 more days till the exploration prepares, and then I guess it'll go start exploring. I think you have to keep replacing the explorers because they die very often. Yeah, now it's setting off. Okay, we're getting 0.35 exploration progress per month, and we need 4.5 to finish it within naval range. Good to see. Okay, so I think this should finish in like a year. Yeah. Apparently all the new ships I'm building are going into this army. I didn't think they were going to, but apparently they are. I thought I just was building them. But I guess I should just set this army to patrol all this. Yeah, it'll work out fine like this. Do Iberian West Coast and Alberon Sea. And that should be good enough. Oh, the Pope canonized one of my people. Nice. We get some stability and religious influence for that. We can pick a new law for mutual offense. I obviously want Portugal to join me in my wars. I'm going to do a shared offense. The exploration has finished. Now I can see the Azores Sea. Looks like I still can't see the islands, though. I guess I have to do the islands separately. Yeah, that's the land Azores Sea. Alright. Do the smallest distance. Look for a high military skill character. And off for another exploration. I guess I should also be exploring the Madeira Sea, because I think these are some more islands we should be trying to colonize. Maybe it's a little early to be doing this much colonization, but it'll be fine. I got lots of money to spend anyway. Actually exploring the land part of this takes quite a while longer. It's going to be like 5 years instead of like a year it was to just explore the sea zone. Oh yeah, no more point having a cabinet member on increasing centralization since I already have it like 50. Instead I should probably... should I try to go capital economy? I should probably try to go capital economy. If I can get off of first come first serve, there was some bugs with this before, but surely it'll work now. And I can go like most profitable first, and then that'll actually give me a lot of progress towards capital economy, and then I can also have this guy helping me go towards capital economy, and that'll be nice. Because, yeah, if you can get capital economy, that'll be pretty huge. Plus 20% production efficiency is insane, because that's 20% output. Like, imagine this building's profit would double if it had plus 20% more production efficiency. We've got Parliament here. I could just win increased ties to neighbors, but I think I'm gonna use it instead fabricate CB on Navarra, because Navarra has 100 tax base, which is a lot. So I want to annex them, I think. Yeah, I'll go for Parliament to approve claims, except I actually need a diplomat, so I'm gonna have to spend on diplomatic spending for a little bit, and I should stop improving relations. Yeah, that way I get a little bit more diplomats. I got a diplomat. Now I can get rid of my diplomatic spending again and invade Navarra for parliament-approved claims. And this shouldn't be very hard of a war, except that they actually have 3 forts. Wow, that's a lot for a country their size. But I guess they do have 100 tax base, so it makes a little bit of sense. But I'm gonna have to invade them now. I can probably just assault their fort, right? If I just go for it. That seems like it's gonna be the best way to do this war quickly. Okay, their fort doesn't even have max garrison, so I should just be able to assault this, I think. We'll see. I mean, yeah, we're taking a few casualties, but we get this assault. Like maybe 3,000 casualties. Or actually, we fail it just barely, but we can just reassault. And now we have the capital of Navarra. And we can't quite annex, but I should be able to annex them pretty soon. Actually, they're at 0 war enthusiasm and still not willing to accept peace, so I'm gonna have to go a little bit more. Maybe sieging all the stuff that isn't a fort will be enough, but it looks like no. It's gonna be like barely not enough. Okay. Um, okay, this fort's actually way easier to take, so I'll go for that one. Is it, or unless it's like way less pops. Oh, it is way less pops though. Well, I guess I'm going for this fort anyway. Yeah, it'll be fine. And still -2? Dang. Actually, I should just make Navarra a fiefdom or something, probably. Like, yeah, it's probably possible to keep him loyal. Yeah, I'll just make Navarra a fiefdom. Alright, nice. They'll pay me a lot, probably, because they're pretty big. Yeah, they're paying me 9. Very nice. Cancel the levies. And I'm going to stop investing in stability, because my income's kind of bad. And just get back to making some more money. Income, once I stop wasting money on stability, is pretty good. I mean, it's not really wasting, but spending a lot of money on stability. I'm to invest in a bit of a bigger navy, build like 10 Iberian caravels there, and then 2 in all these other provinces, so we can get more maritime presence. I need more maritime presence. More maritime presence, more good. Houndlock Canal, okay. We can build up Houndlock Canal in Sevilla. That's maybe, or no, I'll build up in Malaga as well, and Cordoba actually, because these will give -5% proximity cost. I think it is when leaving the location, except maybe when you're coming into port, actually, I think is an exception. So I guess maybe coming into port, actually, it might have double use, because then you have to leave it again. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think this will be pretty good. Might get a Sevilla down to being almost 0 proximity cost. No, actually, it's still 10. Huh. Kind of surprised it's still that high. Oh, the protected harbor isn't employed because it has no profits. Expand gravel road network. Nice. We can get progress towards centralization. Definitely don't want to get progress towards decentralization. Oh, tax exemption. That's a lot. What's this? -20% max tax on burgers? I don't think that's worth it. But it's a lot of support. I'll try this option. Yeah, no, okay, it didn't work out. Okay, unfortunate. I got an event that would give you plus 25%, so I guess I didn't need to do that. But that means I can actually do a law change here for no downside, so maybe I should take a look at that. Or we could raise taxes or something. Yeah, raising taxes on the burgers would be nice. I guess I'll go for burger-controlled mining operations. This will give some extra progress towards capital economy, which is kind of good. And then we can get this for plus 25 support. Looks like I've started getting a lot of maritime presence along the Portuguese coast, so I'm now actually getting proximity up here in the Galicia region. I think it's not very much tax base. Yeah, basically no tax base up here really, but it's a little bit. Oh, I can see the Azores now, so I guess I should colonize them. Yeah, I need to select a source province. Sure, I'll send pops from Cordoba. And yeah, now these pops are going to start migrating over to the Azores. Apparently there's only 1 pop living there right now. But I think these have like decent RGOs, right? I remember hearing that these had good RGOs. Apparently they're all fish. Maybe it's these islands that have good RGOs. Well, the Canary Islands have some dyes, so yeah, I'm going to colonize this. Take from Burgos. That's going to have worse control. I should probably be taking from areas that have pretty bad control. Valencia has been annexed. Nice, that'll be a little bit of an increase in our strength. Yeah, we should have pretty good proximity over here. Obviously not that much. Yeah, it's gonna update. 43, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not, like, terrible proximity over here. We're temporarily almost at 500 tax base, but these areas are definitely gonna lose a lot of control. I can slightly help that, though, by accepting Catalan. Catalan? Yeah, okay, that's not very much culture capacity to accept. I don't have enough prestige. Apparently France has an excommunicated ruler, so you have the excommunicated ruler CD on them. I definitely don't want to fight France because it's, well, France. And you know, France is a little bit strong, but interesting. If we were able to fight France, that would be kind of nice. But France is just way too strong to fight, I think. And the game actually only thinks they're a little bit stronger, even when Bohemia is going to join them, which is kind of surprising. Probably because of their war with England, they were just fighting. Looks like they just took a little bit from England and ended that war. I can now accept Catalan, meaning we can actually get cores on all this stuff, which will be very important for getting control up. Like 22, that'll be up to 37 now? Yeah, that's a nice improvement, and these areas around Valencia will drop slightly less. Yeah, dropping to just 60 is pretty decent. I think I want my commoners to be a little bit stronger, a little bit happier, so I'm going to try to grant them some privileges. Represented in parliament isn't too bad. Commoner power is so small that you can just kind of ignore the power they get. And I think I'll give this one too. Minus clergy estate equilibrium is kind of bad, but it's not too bad. Getting the peasants to be happy is very important for satisfaction. As you can see, all of our things went green. And that'll mean like all this 14 satisfaction is going to, or control is going to up to 19, which is like kind of impactful, I think. I think it's pretty good. Obviously, it's not going to stay quite that high because peasants estate's going to go down by another 20, but it's still going to help out a little bit to beat up another like 10 satisfaction for the estate. 1410, and I can now embrace the Renaissance, which is nice. We can get our third cabinet slot. Also, I just got Inquisition law tech, which means I can pick up that law. I think I'll do papal control because this gives upsides, which is pretty nice. One estate satisfaction equilibrium is pretty nice. This one gives 5 efficiency of cabinet, but minus 5 estate satisfaction equilibrium is really bad, so I'm not going to take that. I'm re-raising taxes on the burghers because I've now got rid of that minus 20% that we had. Nice. Researching a bunch of Renaissance texts. There's a lot of good ones, like possible government reform, cabinet seat, crown power, minus expected cost of court, university, chancery. I think that gives efficiency of court. Rights of the noble law, probably not important. So I just realized I lost this territory in Morocco, and I was like, what happened? And then I looked at my recording, and there was a secession that I just didn't realize happened somehow. I was just blind, apparently. Catalonia has asked me to improve cultural opinion. Obviously, I will. Well, I just got my third government reform slot from tech. I'm trying to decide what to go with. I don't need any of this stuff too much. I think maybe I just pick up aristocracy for the plus 10% crown power, and then eventually replace it with something like bank ledger system once we get 50 capital economy progress. Seems kind of decent. Or maybe diplomatic traditions. I'm gonna do diplomatic traditions, actually. Take the diplo rep. I've just been told about something I was not aware of. If there's a ledger in this game that lets you see all modifiers, I really thought this game lacked this, but you can see like literally every modifier in here. If we sort for like proximity cost or whatever, you can see your modifiers. This is so nice. I was wondering where this was because I know you can find this in Victoria 3, but although Victoria 3 doesn't even have a search, so this is actually an improvement, which I guess makes sense because there's so many modifiers here. So if you couldn't search, this would be so unusable. Oh, Granada broke away again. Okay, I gotta raise some levies again. Suppress the Granadan rebels. How dare they rebel? That's unacceptable. Granada, you're not allowed to rebel? That's against my constitution, you know, to rebel against me. Okay, we kill the Granadan army here, except this battle's kind of slow. I need to go get Cordoba again. Can't let them siege me down. The Azores is now fully colonized, so I can create a colonial subject there. How many provinces away is this actually? I mean, it's like not that far away, but I don't know how much value I can really get from this. So I'll try creating a new colonial subject. We'll see how it goes. I've not tried colonial subjects, but we will see how it goes. Yeah, the Azores are now the viceroyalty of the Azores. We only have 4,000 pops for now, but yeah, that's more than 0. I guess I should keep sieging down the capital. I should assign a general to this army. Yeah, siege down the province capitals, and then should be able to piece them out. Subjects sieging down their country's capital. I can annex Granada and Mallorca. Or not Granada right now because I'm in a battle. But now I can annex Granada. Very nice. Cabinet seat. Nice. Oh, we got another opinion boost to Catalan. Good. Um, yeah, actually, apparently my other cabinet member's not doing anything, probably because it got unassigned by the Civil War or secession. And you start trying to integrate Sardinia now. Oh, Portugal declared war on Mali. We can't see Mali, but they can. I mean, I have so much money. I should do some more exploration, probably. Yeah, I have so much money. Hard to spend it on anything that's actually good. I should probably look at here for like government buildings that are maybe useful. Chancery, build that. Build all the government buildings, that'll be good. Oh yeah, Royal Garden is actually really good. I forgot about this. It gets zero point 0.2 monthly diplomats, which is very nice. Royal Court, 10% crown power, nice. Bailiff, we don't want to do those. Embassy, no. Lieutenancy, we can only do that on a different continent. Or different region, I mean. Counting houses might be good. They do give plus 33% crown power. I think that is like additive with the control, so it's a little bit better, but I don't think it's too important. Got so much money, I'm just upgrading a bunch of cities to, or I'm upgrading a bunch of towns to cities. Unfortunately, I have fairly low control, so that is a bit of a problem with this. You know, we can't propagate too much control to all these places I'm trying to make into cities, but we can a little bit. Maybe I should try to conquer some of the Moroccan coast again, like down to this place. We can get another city that's pretty good control. So I mean, yeah, it's a decent natural harbor, so we could probably have pretty good control there. I'll try and start building a spy network in Morocco so I can get a religious war CB against them and maybe conquer their western coast. I got the Iberian wedding event. Apparently this gives us 200 relations. I assume this might let us get a PU on them if we are playing without having annexed them pretty much at this point. But personal unions are pretty hard to annex, so since we already have to annex Portugal as a personal union, maybe we don't have to annex Aragon as well, I think. I should probably go for annexing Catalonia now. Yeah. The game says we would be a little bit weaker than Tunis and Morocco, but I kind of don't believe that. I'm going to start justifying a religious war against Morocco. I want to fight them. Oh, my ruler just died. Now we're in a regency. Unfortunate. It is what it is. I need to enact legislature of the union before I can do question of unification. Alright. It's a true union under a single ruler. I guess my ruler has to actually be an adult before I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna deck religious war on Morocco. What could possibly go wrong? This is gonna be easy war. Surely we win this. We got our 45,000 troops. I'm gonna set my navy to hunt navies and let's see, where's the correct C node? I'm trying to find like the what? Where is it? I'm trying to find like this C zone. Here it is at the bottom, Alboran Sea. Okay. Now I guess I should raise naval levies as well to use to transport my ships across while my other army or while my armies are busy or my navies are busy trying to ensure that no Tunisian troops get across or whatever. Of course, my navy is not going to get there in time, is it? Navy. Yeah, it's not there in time, so they get 15,000 troops on Sardinia. Dang, Morocco used their fleet to kill my transports. I need to put my transports into Gibraltar so they can't just get killed while I'm doing other stuff. Maybe I need to have a portion of my fleet just chilling there. Yeah, I'm gonna have half my fleet there while the other half hunts navies. Okay, I got the siege on this. I don't know that we can really push further though because yeah, the Moroccans have a lot of troops and my troops are all dying to attrition, so I'd kind of like to just peace out, but also we can't even get that much if we try to peace out right now. I can get something like this. I mean, it's not terrible. I would like to get more though, like get down to the 75,000 pop city or whatever. It's tough. Yeah, they have a lot of troops right now still. I think I'm just gonna do some quick extra sieges to try to get my war score percentage up. Like sieging Fez should be nice for lowering their war enthusiasm. So that'll help out a bunch. Yeah, there's Fez. Now they're still 41%. But we can get a little bit more. We can get 15 war score more. I can try to take the coast, but trying to take this province costs way too much war score. I think I just have to peace out for this, because this war is really not going well. I'm just gonna peace out for this. My troops are dying quick. So I need to get my navy merged up again and go back to patrolling the seas of the Iberian Sea, Western Mediterranean, and Iberian West Coast, and Bay of Biscay. I think I need to go for the armory tech so that I can, if I get the armory tech, then I can start spending my money on armories, and then that'll create more demand, because right now I just don't really have too much good profitable buildings to build. And I'm just sitting on 30,000 ducats right now. I should probably do more exploration, because I'm just sitting on so much money. Spamming some granaries so I can get more, what's it called, you can get more pop growth from food in province, because it gives up to 0.1% pop growth, which is pretty nice. I got armories. Now I can spam armories to get more demand. We'll see how this goes. I think it's going to go pretty well to have extra demand, though, so I'm going to build up armories pretty much everywhere. I can build up a ton more armories in Sevilla. Now do I have, like, the gunsmiths and stuff that I need to actually satisfy that demand? What am I going to need, actually? Gunsmith? Okay, we're 2 techs away from that. We should beat it pretty easily. And cannon makers, Houndfeiss. I think Madeira is close enough that I'll keep this as part of Castile, because I just got another event for Madeira, which I believe is this island. I can't actually hover it, but I believe this is, yeah, this is Madeira, we can see right here. So I'll keep this as part of Castile. We can't have proximity there yet, but we should be able to get proximity there eventually, I think. Portugal has yet again called me against Mali. Just unlocked gunsmiths. They're looking very profitable. Mass build gunsmiths. Build more in Sevilla. I don't know why mass build doesn't want to build a lot of things. Have we hit the building cap here, I wonder? Or is this just the base cost of the building? Yeah, that's just the base cost of the building. The gunsmiths are actually unprofitable. Interesting. Yes, copper is getting too expensive. Do I have lots of copper RGOs in my country? I guess not. Yeah, maybe I built a little bit too many. I'll put on the close and open buildings automation so they're not just wasting money, I guess. I think I'm trying on building a automation. I have 40,000 ducats, but I just like don't know what to spend them on, really. Oh, what? France has declared war on me. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm also in a secession. Okay, well, I'll annex the secession, but yeah, that's not good that France declared war on me. Uh-oh. They just declared declared a no CB war? Okay. Well, France has like double my military, so I don't think fighting them is really an option. I'm gonna offer them tribute of Narbonne and this, because I believe those are in the France region, so they can have those. Yeah, those are in the France region, so they can have them. Other than that, what else can be fine giving up? I can give them fleet basing rights, food access, and military access. Actually, I mean, it's like so little. Okay, I'll just give them fleet basing rights, and that's actually good enough along with Narbonne. I probably could have just given them all 3, but that's a little too cheesy, I think, to just give them all 3 of those things. We'll give them a couple provinces that they probably wanted a lot. Our ruler has finally become old enough to rule the country. I'll marry someone so I don't run out of heirs again like that. And now I can continue passing more centralization laws. Legislature of the Union, vote for aligned legislature. Then I can do the question of unification and finally start trying to unify with Portugal. I'm at my max towards capital economy, so I guess I need to try to get some more sources of capital economy. Feudal nobility. Government reform is giving me 0.1, so I can maybe try to replace that. Let's see. I mean, yeah, this government reform is not that good. I can probably replace it with something else. That's 0.1 towards decentralization, which I don't like. But I need to figure out something to replace this with. Maybe I just take the Diplo range and trade range, or the food production and serfdom. No, I'll take the crown power, I guess. Doesn't matter too much. Yeah. And that way, I should have a little bit more towards capital economy now. The Union has aligned legislature, so I should now be able to do the question of unification. Vote for unification of crowns. I'm going to take diplomatic ideas in the Age of Discovery because it unlocks exploration casus belli and plus 500 colonial range, which are going to be pretty nice for reaching the New World. Oh, and hegemons just got established. Interesting, I'm not the diplomatic hegemon. France always has so much diplo rep. I don't know how France gets so much diplo rep. It's like I have the diplomatic traditions government reform, but I have so much less than France still. In terms of economic hegemon, I'm currently third in trade and tax income. I could probably pretty easily become naval hegemon. Maybe I should do that. I kind of doubt that this harbor capacity is throughout the whole country. It's probably local, because that's what reduced paperwork was. If this is local, it's really bad, I think. Oh, I spawned the New World Institution. That's nice. I'm so used to spawning in Rome, I wasn't even considering that it could have spawned in me. Like, the New World usually spawns in Rome, I feel like. But we actually got it in Sevilla this time, which is very nice. What are the requirements for printing press, actually? Wait, we can spawn printing press as well? Oh, that's nice. Okay, that'll mean it'll spread to us really fast. Can I spread pike and shot? No, I can't spawn pike and shot. Unfortunate. Okay, I guess I don't have 20 land, that's probably why. We spawned printing press as well in Cordoba this time instead of Sevilla. Well, that's nice. It's not quite as good as spawning in Sevilla, but it's pretty good. We're going to spawn it to Sevilla pretty quickly from could have spawned institution. Oh yeah, I have unification of crowns. I should check out how we actually are supposed to integrate Portugal. Start annexation. Oh, we need 190 relations. Currently it's going to take 150 years to annex them. I'm pretty sure we can reduce that by a lot if we go in here and go to rapid unification. Yeah, that'll make it double the speed, I think. So that's going to be pretty nice. Vote for swift unification of 2 crowns. And pick up more plus capital economy bonuses, because I'm not quite at plus 50% capital economy, which I would very much like to be at. That's going to bring me up to like 48. I need just slightly more to capital economy, or slightly less to traditional economy. Is there anything else I can really do? I don't think there's too much else I can do, yeah. Okay, I got swift unification of crowns. Have I hit 190 relations? They have, so I should be able to start annexation. Now it's headed for 1523 annexation, which isn't too bad. Oh, it's 1622 though, because we're annexing Catalonia right now, but that'll be over soon. Yeah, they've got enough cultural tradition to slow this down by a bunch, but we should be able to fix that once, or I should spam out universities to fix that, actually. Yeah, university. Spam out universities. Why can I not build more? I'm out of books. Well, that's not very good. France just declared war on me. Yeah, that's bad. France is declaring war on me again? Dang. Huh. Maybe I can just pay France to go away. I can just pay France to go away. That sounds reasonable, you know, France. I don't know why you're decking this war. I don't think a no CB stability hit is worth 1.4 thousand ducats to you, but, you know, I'll give you 1.4 thousand ducats if that's what you want. Oh, Catalonia just got annexed, so now I can check out how Portugal's annexation is going. Yeah, that's only going to take till 1496 now. That's actually pretty quick. Oh, does that mean we have more cultural influence in their cultural tradition yet? Yeah, no, we do. Plus 14% from that. Very nice. And yeah, all of Catalonia is now part of our territory, which I think is probably going to jump our tax base up quite a lot. I'm pretty sure this 880 is without them. Next month? Yeah, now we're at 953, which is pretty good. Although, obviously, control is going to go down a bunch. Catalonia is going to hit 50 control eventually, apparently. Which is actually higher than I would have expected. Oh yeah, my cultural influence is actually going up by quite a lot right now. You see, it's going up by 4 more than it's decaying, which is pretty nice. I guess all my universities are working out. Each university gives you quite a bit of cultural influence, so I think these are the best source usually. What am I not meeting the requirements for to build universities here? Oh, you have to build it in cores. I'm actually out of provinces to integrate right now, so I guess I'm going to put my cabinet member on strengthening government. That'll just make our legitimacy cost a little bit cheaper because we'll have a little bit of extra legitimacy, meaning now we only have to invest 29% to get max legitimacy. The Granadans have risen up again. They really don't like Castile. The Granadans very much dislike us. Well, actually, the peasants were not in the rebellion. It's all nobles, but apparently the nobles are strong enough to rebel on their own. I should be able to kill this rebellion really quickly, but I I think it's still going to hurt control, so a little bit unfortunate that we got this. Yeah, something like this, and the rebellion should be over really quickly, but still kills control, unfortunately. Yep, that's the revolt over. That was like super short. I'm just barely not getting to 50 capital economy. I've heard at 50 you can get special events, so I'm gonna give this guy a head of cabinet, which should get us over 50. So we can get to 50 capital economy, which is nice, and then I can remove this guy from doing that and have him do something else. Although I don't know what I would have him do. I became the cultural hegemon. Also, my guy finished integrating, so I'm going to tell this guy to assimilate the area of Granada because, yeah, I don't want to have to accept Andalusia. It costs way too much cultural acceptance, so it'd be nice if all these pops could just stop being Andalusia and start being Castilian. We did that for a month, and it's already at 1.28 from 0.6%, so that's a big jump. Let's see if it happens again. Yeah, we're getting like 0.6% a month, so this is going to hit 50% pretty quick. Plus 10 progress towards centralization. I will adapt to humanist ideas to pass this. Obviously, I want 10 more progress towards centralization. I can now embrace the New World in 1455. Very nice. Now I can cancel researching Entrepot and start going for the New World techs. Probably want to go for the thing that lets you go to open sea exploration. Then I'll take the plus 25% colonial range. I'm going to go down to this plus 50% colonial range. Then that's probably good enough for colonial range. So I'll go for this minus 0.5 proximity cost through maritime, which will be a very nice buff. And then probably after that, I'm going to want to do some stuff with printing press, like getting paved roads. I'm starting to get some core locations in Granada, which I guess means the locations are turning at 50% Castilian. Yeah, they are. Apparently Malaga is still 0% Castilian. I guess they need at least one Castilian pop for the interaction to work, and there's just no Castilian pops there. I'm going to embrace the printing press. It's going to put me at negative stability, so I'm going to put stability spending at max for a little bit to get my stability back up. I'm not going to immediately do anything with the printing press institution, but it will just give me a little bit more research speed, and I guess I should queue up some text from the printing press for when I'm done with those texts. Promote institution isn't immediately necessary. What is immediately necessary from here is getting to the paved roads. Where are paved roads? There they are. My commoners have such high satisfaction. I need to be able to tax the commoners more. They're so happy. If I could tax them more, that would be very nice, because it's not... Like, I've seen our pop is very high satisfaction. Yeah, it's super high satisfaction. Which is nice, but I'd like to be able to tax our people more instead. If I'd want to do that, though, I'd have to go serfdom, which would mean I lose out on my pop promotion speed and monthly prosperity. And I don't know if I can, really, because I have 0.35 towards free subjects, which is a lot. Portugal has decided to invade Morocco. That seems a little bit risky. I'm going to stop spending on stability now that I am above 0 by a pretty good margin. Yeah, I guess I need to raise my levies and stuff. Because, yeah, this war is going to be a little bit tough. Portugal's only like 20 years away from getting annexed at this point. Yeah, 1480 is when they're going to get annexed. It was going to be like 1490 something, but my cultural influence has gone up, so the annexation time has gone down. I guess I should start making some artillery for my armies. Yeah, I'm going to start making some artillery battalions so that I can siege things easier for this war. We probably don't need that much, but like 2 artillery per province down here seems pretty decent. Something like that. Well, I won that battle, but I had like double the casualties, so that's not very good. Wow, the game thinks I would lose that battle? 13,000 to 18,000? That's kind of crazy. Consolidate. Balance. Yeah, the game still thinks I'd lose that. Wow. I'm gonna try the battle. We'll just see what happens. Wow, I'm taking so many more casualties. Oh, no, it's evened out. Oh, but that's because we rolled like way better. And now that we're rolling good, we're actually winning this battle fine. We just need to roll really well. And yeah, now we win. Good to see. We made them take more casualties than us in that battle, which is good. Now I can go for a fort like this one. Oh, all of my artillery died in this army, so I need to have it be in my territory so I can get the artillery to recover. I can now embrace pike and shot. It's not as important for techs, but I will go pike and shot, and then I guess I'll go up a bit on stability investment to get my stability back into the positives, because it is pretty bad to have negative stability. You have quite a lot of negative estate satisfaction from being negative stability. And Yeah, pike and shuttle will give us a little bit more research speed. And eventually I'll surely have to go for that better mill tech. For some reason, everything I siege goes to the Viceroyalty of the Azores, which then gives it to Portugal. I'm not exactly sure why that's happening. It's not a really big deal, but I'm not sure why. I guess maybe it's because Portugal's the war leader that they want to give it to Portugal, but I'm not sure why it's going to the Viceroyalty of the Azores. Oh, I think I have the thing that lets me explore everywhere. Yeah, I do. So I guess I should start trying to explore. Atlantic Equatorial Current. Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to start doing a ton of explorations of basically everything that I can explore that's on the sea. I think that's going to be worth doing. Okay, I queued up like five explorations, so that should be pretty good. Why does this one say negative 4,000 days? Who knows? It looks like the real date is over here. Okay, Portugal signed a peace deal with Morocco. I don't know why they took these two provinces without taking these ones, but other than that, looks like a pretty nice peace deal. Assume it's going to delay our annexation a little bit. Yeah, now it's headed towards 1489, which is a little bit slower. But we'll get some more territory in our annexation, so it's not all in the bad. It's not all bad. That's weird. Argmank has supported this rebellion in my country that's a single tile. Argmank, I wouldn't have thought subjects could support rebellions without even calling in their overlord. That's a little bit strange. But yeah, this shouldn't be very hard to beat. This rebellion is literally one state. I mean, one location. Which is, yeah, basically nothing. Okay, well that was not a very long revolt. Yeah. Looks like the Argmank was not big enough to make them not accept just an annexation, which is nice. I just finished an exploration and I can now see the border of Haiti and Cuba and the Bahamas. So does that mean I can now actually explore them on land, or do I need a little bit more? I can do Antilles area. Yeah, okay, I'll start exploring that. We'll see in our list of explorations if we have one that'll let me actually do the area on land. Looks like probably not, because I can also explore the Eastern Caribbean area. I'm guessing that we can't, but maybe we can, right? I'm gonna look through all the areas and see. Oh, I should definitely be exploring all these sea zones, though. Yeah, I can't explore on land yet, but I think I'm very close. Oh, all this stuff just went dark. Yeah, I think that was a bug, actually, that I was able to see that, maybe? You can actually see the outlines by hovering over the terra incognita, though. Well, the Portuguese just declared war on Genoa. Doesn't seem very smart to me. I mean, I guess it's fine. Maybe if we can get mill access. I don't know if we will. Or will someone get mill access with France? I don't know. Oh, I think this might have caused the Italian war situation. Or either that or that was insane timing. Because, yeah, the Italian wars started like the day the war was declared. So that must have caused the Italian wars to start. You have to you have to have 200 locations between you and your allies, which is really hard to hit, so probably not going to end up succeeding in the Italian War. It's just going to have it be like a stalemate or whatever. I don't know if the Italian Wars lets you get easy CBs. Looks like it doesn't, unless I'm not seeing how, because I can't see it in Create CB. I got the tech for minus 0.5 cost through Maritime. That'll help get more proximity to areas like Barcelona. See, all these areas are costing a little bit less, although they don't have 100% maritime presence, so it's kind of hard to tell right now. If we had 100% maritime presence, though, this would be a nice little increase. Oh, we get an event that gives us like a ton of claims. Um, oh, but they're all against France. I definitely don't want to fight France, but I guess I take the CBs anyway. Yeah, it's just some minus relations, and I don't want to take minus 20 prestige. Burgundy is the #1 great power right now because they're the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire? Wow. Well, Portugal just gave away some of my territory in Sardinia to Genoa. Unfortunate, but it's not a huge deal. Oh, with the exploration of the Brazilian Sea, we have now discovered the New World. Nice. Okay. Our expedition says return to Castile with a miraculous message. They landed on a small island. Kind of people wearing gold ornaments. It doesn't look like you landed on a small island. It looks like you discovered the outline of Brazil, you know. I don't know if I'd call that a small island. Maybe you landed on this island or something. Here to first step towards a new colony and further explorations in the area. Nice. We get some money and research power and stuff. Now I can try to actually colonize or I can start actually looking at the land area. Start colonization. Start exploration. First area. Guyana area I can do as well. There's so many areas over here. It's gonna take a long time to colonize all of this. Wow, that's a single area? That's so small, I feel like. Oh, Morocco decked Portugal for coalition. Okay. I don't think this war should be too hard. I think Morocco's a little bit overconfident if they think they can beat this. Their coalition is not very large. It's just them and Tlemcen and their subjects, I think. Oh, I'm now the economic hegemon. Nice. What? How did Tlemcen beat my fleet? Oh, they're all heavy ships? Damn, Tunis has a good fleet. Dang, that's not good. I guess I need to build up a heavy fleet, heavy ship fleet. Yeah, that's not good. That's actually going to be a bit of a problem for this war. Maybe I just have to try to ship these troops across, except that I can't without leaving, which is going to kill my navy again. Hmm. We might just have to hope that Portugal white pieces, but Portugal's probably not going to white piece. Portugal's probably going to give them some territory. And Coalition CB makes them able to take quite a lot, doesn't it? How do I check what Coalition CB actually requires? I don't know. Tunis sent their fleet fairly far away, so maybe I can cross now. At least with a little bit of my army. Yeah, my army's too big to cross fully. Maybe if I consolidate. No, it's still too big. Split in half. That's apparently still too big. Split in half again. Okay, that's small enough to cross. I just discovered more stuff. Nice. Oh, and they're already back. Or this might be a different fleet, actually. I think it was. Okay, I got 14,000 troops across. How many troops these guys have? These guys have a lot of troops, actually, so I'm gonna definitely need more than that. Well, I managed to ship all my troops across, and the navy isn't here anymore for now. I'm just gonna hide my army in Gibraltar so it doesn't die. Or I mean, hide my navy. I'm gonna wait for this general to get applied, and then I'll go for that battle. It shouldn't be too hard of a battle, I think. Yeah, there's our general applied. This battle is gonna be easy W, surely. Surely we win this battle. We're actually taking a lot more casualties than them, but we should win anyway, I think, right? Surely. Yeah, now they're taking more casualties as as the battle goes on because we slowly kill off their combat width. That was a stack wipe actually. That's quite surprising. Still fighting this war against Morocco right now. The Moroccans are at like 50 war enthusiasm, but Portugal doesn't want to peace out yet. I think the total war enthusiasm of both needs to be under 100 for a peace deal to be likely to happen, or one side needs to be able to enforce basically a 100 war score peace deal. So that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, it's gonna kill off some of their armies here. Hopefully get their war enthusiasm down. Sieging Fez would also be decent for that, but then it just gets auto resieged. So I only want to do that if Portugal's actually like super close to piecing out, which I'm not quite at yet. Portuguese war enthusiasm is getting kind of low, so I would like to siege Fez, but the Moroccans actually have a bigger army than me at this point, so that's a bit of a problem. I kind of want to sit in a mountain. Because, yeah, the Moroccans have such a big army. They're trying to siege that fort, so maybe I can go for Fez now. And I think if I siege Fez, they might be willing to peace out, hopefully. In fact, you cannot separate peace in a coalition war, even if you are not the one being attacked in the coalition war. You just can't separate peace in coalition wars at all. You can't leave them, even if you're just a side participant. That's interesting. Well, things are really not going well for me. I need to try to get my troops across the strait. I need Portugal to just please peace out, Portugal. Their war enthusiasm is low, but they just don't want to peace out for some reason. Consolidate regiments, get back across the strait. Yeah, Portugal only has 32% war enthusiasm, so I would think they want to peace out, but they don't. To try to get Portugal to peace out, I'm gonna spam some men-at-arms, which will hopefully make us look stronger, and then like Morocco will be more willing to peace out or something, hopefully. Give that a shot. Spamming all this military, I've now become the military hegemon, apparently. Oh yeah, Mamluks do not have much military. Portugal and Morocco have finally got a peace deal. Morocco annuls giving food access and humiliate with Tunis. Morocco gives mill access and food access. These are some very strange war goals that you went with, Portugal. Liberate the Western Sahara area and the Atlas Plateau area. So I guess this country of Kasor just got liberated from Morocco. So pretty minor peace deal. They didn't conquer any locations or anything. I just got the paved roads tech, which is going to be very nice. It depends on how much of this is rivers versus roads, but a lot of this does seem to be roads. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to build up paved roads kind of everywhere. have this upgrade road to paved road thing, but there's so many roads to upgrade, it's insane. So I should probably do this manually, at least at first a little bit. Well, I guess Constantina is probably the most important place to get control to, because, you know, we gotta get that silver mine. And then I'll go like Cordoba. Maybe like here. Badajoz. And then maybe from like Murcia, trying to push more inwards is good. As well as maybe into like these areas. And then from Valencia, pushing more inwards as well. Starting to sort of run out of money. As I can push inwards from Barcelona. Something like that. Seems kind of decent for now. I just got a fourth cabinet member. I guess I'll use it on stabilizing the country, or, Yeah, I think that's worth it. I'll just stabilize the country. I don't know what else I would use this guy on for now. Once I conquer more territory and integrate it, then of course, it'll be good to have more cabinet members for integration, but for now, it's not super important. Now I'm gonna get a bunch of trade range modifiers, which will be pretty nice. You know, I'm making a lot from trade right now, and my trade range is about to get a lot bigger, which will hopefully mean I can have a bigger difference between the sell and buy price. Plus 50% trade range. It'll be interesting to see if this actually improves trade income next month. Or like what markets can I see now that I couldn't have seen before? Yeah, Kiev, Moscow, Novgorod. I think I could have seen Moscow or Novgorod, I mean, before. Krakow, Prague. I can see all these inland markets in Europe. Interesting. I can also see like markets over here in Western Asia or Middle East area. And hopefully if I explore, I can start seeing some markets down here in Africa. I should probably start exploring some of these areas. That'll probably be worth doing. Yeah. I've got an event that I can either make all the cultures hate me but get some bonuses, or make the cultures like me and don't get the bonuses. I'm definitely gonna do languages do not need such rigid rules, because, yeah, that's not good to have all the cultures hate me. You know, that would cost a lot of cultural capacity to accept them then. Oh, that's interesting. Conquistadors have auto-conquer from religious enemies. I actually didn't realize that was a thing. That's actually really nice. Okay. Maybe I want to try to go Conquistadors then. Well, we're not at the point where we can colonize near Mexico yet, really. But I should be researching some of this stuff, probably. Oh, going down to plus 20% silver output would actually be really nice, so I'll go for that. We'll also get some plantations along the way. And then I think after that, I'm going to start going down for some mill techs, pike and shot, whereas, yeah, we probably want to get like artillery, general infantry battalions, and then that's probably good enough for now. Or we probably want to do more, because we still have another like 50 years in this era. So I'll probably go for like exploration ideas. We'll get promote institutions along the way. Having more colonial range is always nice. Pike Square for military tactics. Lots of good stuff to get here. I'll probably just select a bunch more texts, but they're not going to be that important. Oh, my exploration's finished. I can now see a decent amount of Brazil. Nice. You should probably start colonizing some stuff over here in Brazil. That'll be nice. Yeah, there's actually a lot of pops here. Wow. Um, Create colonial charter. Take more pops from like central Spain, because that's where we have low control. And yeah, I think we want to take pops from areas that have lower control if possible. I'm just gonna colonize like a bunch of the coastline. Why? I guess this. Oh, this is out of range. My colonial range can barely reach, I guess, then. Cost of colonies is a decent amount, but it's not too expensive. Oh, apparently I already got my first location here, Wittagron. That colonized really quickly. I like just started that. Oh, and down here, part of Brazil being owned by Castile. Wow, that's a lot of locations. I mean, that's a lot of, yeah, pops. None of the pops are Castilian yet. I thought you had to have like a significant percentage of the pops flipped to you before colonization finished, but apparently not. Well, the Great Pestilence has just begun. This is gonna kill off like 90% of the natives or something. It's kind of insane. Um, yeah, I mean, we can get plus 15% disease resistance, but I don't think it's really gonna do anything. We don't have that many we don't have that much territory over here anyway, right? So it's not gonna matter too much. Oh, I can now see Hispaniola, so I guess I'll start colonizing this stuff. We have some pops from like here or whatever. That's not Hispaniola, but that's Puerto Rico, and I can start a little bit on Hispaniola as well. Yeah. And you got lots of people moving over to the New World. So we're gonna have a lot of people in the New World. Our population, I assume, is gonna start flattening out. Paraiba, I think this is gonna be down here. I'm trying to remember. Paraiba, I need to use Finder to find this. Paraiba, yeah, it is down here. Form a new colonial subject. Very nice. Now, as we colonize more stuff, we'll give it to this colony. It's probably optimal to create a bunch of new colonies, unless they cost diplo capacity. They actually do cost diplo capacity, so maybe it's not optimal to create a billion. But the idea with creating a billion is they'd each have their own control. Another colony finished. I'm gonna let it join the existing colony we have here. Well, this seems like a pretty good law here. We can get plus 25% income from colonial subjects, plus 10% gold and silver output, and plus 15% mercury output. That doesn't seem too bad. I can start a new colonial nation over here in, what is this island called? Hispaniola, yeah. Got Higuay here. We get an event that gives us a new government reform, which gives plus 1 government reform, so it basically doesn't have a cost. Is minus 20% trade maintenance, which is kind of nice, and 2.5% subject income. This gives a different modifier, but it's really not important. Higuay growing a little bit. They still have very low proximity throughout their country, though, because, yeah, they have a terrible natural harbor for their capital. It would have been better if their capital was over here or something for better natural harbor. Although, maybe it would have been worse population-wise. Yeah, these locations have a lot more people. At least now they do. I need more masonry available in their market to be able to build stuff there. Can I export? I don't think I can export that far, right? Let's see. Do I actually have trade range for that? That's crazy. Okay. I can export masonry, and then now I can do things here? No, I don't have enough masonry still. Maybe we need the month tick. Yeah, we probably need the month tick. Yep, now the state has a billion masonry, so I can actually do things here. Like build settlements, which will be very nice. Why can I not build settlements here? Oh, we cannot build settlements in a town. Okay, why can I not build a settlement here? Oh, it's just not in the filtered locations. Okay, there we go. Mass build settlement. Oh, that only builds it in my location, seemingly. I'm gonna build it in like all of this area. I'm out of masonry in the market. Okay. I'm gonna allocate more trade capacity to manual so I can expand the masonry route. Yeah, just to make it way bigger. And that way I should be able to have more of these settlements getting built at once, hopefully. We'll see on the month tick, maybe. Looks like not many more got... no, that didn't really help at all, seemingly. And now it seems to be constructing more. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll just try to make all the settlements I can. I guess I can also try to import into the Brazil market, right? Yeah, this Portuguera one. So just need to make this one like a little bit smaller maybe, because it's not even using it all seemingly, so we can make that one a little bit smaller. And then import masonry for this market. I should export from this market actually, because that's the market I have trade capacity in. And that way, I can give this market a little bit of masonry to build with. Got an Andalusian uprising again, except since I culture converted so much, now they only control these two provinces. I guess my culture converter guy should just assimilate that area now, because the other area is fully assimilated, I believe. Yeah, it is. Well, I just got the ability to get a CB on Morocco that's going to have minus 25% cost. So I'm going to take that. Should probably fight Morocco with this, right? You can like full annex Morocco or something, that'd be very nice. I should maybe first wait to annex Portugal before I do this. Oh, there's Portugal annexed. Very nice. Castilian Union has a total of less than 2 members. Yeah, okay. Union being disbanded is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, next week tick or whatever, or next month tick, I mean, we'll see what our new tax base is with all of Portugal integrated. I guess I should form Spain now. I don't think it gives too many unique advances. Actually, I don't know if it gives any. I guess I can see. Like, do we have School of Salamanca as a potential advance? I think, is it in Age of Reformation or which one? I don't remember. But I guess we can check both. Looks like we don't have that one. So maybe these are all new advances. I'm gonna check how many of these are new. Okay, unlike like Great Britain and Italy and stuff, all of Spain's advances actually seem to be exclusive to Spain. So that's gonna be nice. We get 5% research speed, 50% colonial stuff, one possible number of artists. 0.2 religious influence is not that important, but it is something. 0.1 monthly naval tradition, and 0.05 monthly development, but that requires Age of Revolutions, so it's like not that good, but if it was earlier it'd be amazing. The Crown of Spain! Now that we have Portugal, we're at a tax base of 2,514. Took a proximity map mode. We can see we got pretty good proximity over to Lisbon, although not as good as I would have hoped. Oh yeah, we have no maritime presence here apparently. Wait, what? There is none here at open sea. That definitely shouldn't be open sea. I got declared on by Tinduf. What? Oh, they attacked the viceroyalty of something? Where? I'm so confused. Where is this war happening? Oh, I guess it's one of Portugal's colonies, because you can see I've got a bunch of territory down here that I guess Portugal got colonized. So, I actually don't know where this is. Oh, here they are. Tinduf. Okay, well, I'm slowly building up an army right now to invade Morocco. Do want to do that pretty soon before my CB runs out. I've now shipped my army over to Morocco, so I can declare war on them. I guess maybe I should have built more artillery. It's fine. We have a little bit of artillery still, I think. Yeah, my armies aren't quite balanced. I can probably just, what's it called? Assault the forts, right? I think professional armies are much better at assaulting. We'll give assaulting a go. We're at 52,000 troops right now. And, yeah, I mean, we lost, like, what, 1,000 and maybe 1.5 thousand troops? That's not that bad. I'm not doing very well in this battle here, but I might come out on top. No, we lose that battle. Okay, I'll just retreat. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's very unfortunate we lost that battle. I ran out of morale. You should have more than like 0 morale when assaulting. Yeah, this time I got a little bit of morale, so I should win the assault, right? No? Okay, well I can just re-assault it instantly and win this time. Definitely want to get progress towards centralization. Huh. Okay, yeah, that's easy pick. Went towards the viceroyalty of Crew. I got so many subjects I'm not aware of. Where is the viceroyalty of Crew? I don't know. Somewhere down here? Oh, there they are. We can't see their whole country. We need more maps. This time with the bigger army, I'm winning the battle pretty easily, I think. Yeah, they're taking more casualties than me, which is a good sign. Wow, this army's getting obliterated. What? They took 11,000 casualties? Huh? What happened? I'm so confused. 11,000 casualties is so many. Versus like 200? How did that happen? I'm so confused. Huh. Well, I'm obviously gonna fight them in this province here and see how it goes. But the battle was not good. We're still at the point where levies are like very competitive with professional armies, and that's why this war isn't like too easy. Once we get like age 3 armies, I think it'll be significantly better. Oh, I just got a mil tactics bonus. That'll help out a bunch. You really should not be down there, army. You should be up here, please. Why are you retreating there? That's such a bad place to retreat to. I kind of just want to delete this army. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete it. It's not helpful. Oh, I can embrace meritocracy. That's nice. There's some good stuff we can get from meritocracy. Yeah, I guess I should research that. Efficiency of cabinet, tax efficiency, trade efficiency, power projection. I think that's kind of all the super important stuff. I'll probably just end it there. Maybe? No, I don't think we need monthly literacy. I think usually you get to your max literacy anyway. Well, I tried assaulting this fort. That did not go very well. Uh-oh. That killed so many troops. Yeah, okay. Oops. What? Why are they dealing so much damage? I need to retreat immediately. That went so bad. I can now see the Yucatan Peninsula. Very nice. Wow, the Yucatan Peninsula has no good natural harbors. That's unfortunate. Well, I should probably keep exploring more in this area, because I'm going to eventually have to colonize there, obviously, you know. Good colony we can make there. Lots of gold, I'm sure, in central Mexico. So apparently as economic hegemon, I can just take 50% of trade advantage and trade capacity from people. Let's see how much diplo capacity this takes. Is that taking 0 diplo capacity? What? Okay, well, I'm going to try sending this to everyone. Oh, I need a diplomat. Okay, it costs a diplomat. That's kind of expensive, but it's also not that expensive. Like, I'm gonna be able to get probably the most trade advantage and trade capacity in Genoa if I just ask a bunch of countries for this, right? Using the forced divert trade thing, I'm becoming like the number 2 power in the Genoa market. Yeah, I'm number 2 in trade advantage and trade capacity in Genoa now, which is kind of nice. Trade will go up more next month. Yeah, it's gonna help increase my income a little bit. Yeah, my trade income's like 30 higher than it was before. I can just keep asking random people for diversion of trade. Probably Provence is next. Whoever has the highest trade advantage. Yeah, Provence. Forced to divert trade. I was trying to take over this fort in Algeria, but I'm dying. My troops are all dying. Not good. I need to try to go back. Oh, I can't leave zone of control. That's unfortunate. Um, hmm. Maybe I just peace out. I mean, I have 63 acceptance, so I can get a decent peace deal. Yeah, I should probably just peace out. Let's see what we can get. Well, it's not going to hurt Morocco much to do a peace deal like this because we don't have much control on any of the stuff anyway, but I'll just take this peace deal, take over the Moroccan coastline. Not too bad. Yeah, because that war is costing us a lot of manpower and stuff. Nice to just have it over. Now we own the coast of Morocco. I'm going to start using a bunch of cabinet members to integrate all this new Moroccan territory that I conquered. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, probably not necessary to continue assimilating us Andalusia, right? Actually, we still have a state that is majority Andalusi, so maybe for a second longer I can keep doing that. I'll replace stabilizing the country with another integration on Dara. I just unlocked this pretty good government reform. What's my worst government reform that I currently have? Probably autocracy. I'll replace it with this one that gives plus 10% tax efficiency and 0.1 progress towards centralization. Also, actually, negative noble power, so it's really good. I just shift clicked to upgrade roads to paved road. It built a lot of roads. I'm going to accept Portuguese culture. It's very important because, yeah, we need to get cores on all this land. I should have done this a little bit earlier, but it'll be nice to actually have almost 100% control in Lisbon now. Yeah, trending towards 96 control in Lisbon. All of Portugal is going to have much better control now. I can explore South Africa. That'll be nice to colonize. I got a new reform slot. I'm going to pick up bank ledger system. This gives monthly inflation, which means I'm going to be able to run much more minting. I guess I should start annexing Navarra and Aragon. Well, Aragon after Navarra, probably. We might as well annex these guys, annex all of Iberia. Get more tax base, more money. They're not really paying us that much. Only 30 and 16 relative to my income. That's basically nothing at this point. Oh, I can see South Africa now. I should start colonizing down there. Create new colonial charter. Create new colonial charter. Create new colonial charter. And can you believe it? I'm going to create another new colonial charter. And yeah, I'm going to get all of South Africa colonized. It'll probably give me a lot more market access. Apparently this is part of the Sofala market right now. All my colonial nations are not very loyal. I should probably figure out how to make them have representation, because they're getting minus 20 from having no representation. But I actually don't know how to make them get representation. Because that actually gives plus 20 or 20 loyalty. Oh, that makes Overlord blocked from recruiting regiments, building ships, building RGO, building roads, and building buildings, though. Huh. Yeah, it's pretty hard to keep colonial nations loyal, seemingly. I mean, I can try to improve relations, but it does just seem pretty hard to keep them loyal. Oh yeah, the government reform went into effect, so now I can go up to max minting. That's like another 250 ducats just from that government reform. That's a really good government reform. I'm gonna automate exploration and see what the game does, because it's a lot of effort to try to explore all these areas. So I guess I'm just gonna try automating exploration. I wish I could tell it how much money I wanted to spend. Annexing Navarra. Nice. Now I'll start annexing Aragon. Just finished a colony down here. I think I'm not going to form a colonial nation, and I'm going to keep South Africa as part of Spain. I don't know, this is what, how it was in EU4. You kept South Africa as part of your own country. I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's not going to be very easy to get proximity here. Theoretically, we could maybe get proximity here, but that would be an insane amount of maritime presence we would need. I'm going to form a new colonial subject here in Pensacola. Luckily, this one actually formed on a good natural harbor. I was trying to get this one to form on a good natural harbor because of all the other ones failing to get good natural harbors. So this one will actually have good proximity by the ocean. Now I'm going to start colonizing Florida and sending all the Spanish people to Florida. Because, we all know we need more people in Florida. Looks like Florida has pretty good population capacity. Colonizing the New World is a very good way to get more pop growth. Just colonize all this stuff. But yeah, France is invading me. I kind of forgot that that was happening. Um, what? Their war goal is independence? I'm very confused. What do you mean your war goal is independence? Wait, what? Offer to dissolve league? I'm so confused. We cannot negotiate separate peace as an overlord in a subject revolt war. What? I'm so confused. Okay, well, I'm not really 100% sure what's going on, but I guess I will just raise levies and start building a professional army and, yeah, start fighting France because I don't think I really have much of an alternative because they're going to siege down my country otherwise. 96,000 professional army is so big. Yeah, that's insane. Oh, I can commission a conquistador? Okay, I didn't actually think it was going to work this well, but we're going to do this. I thought it was just going to be that I had to conquer the territory and then release a subject as a conquistador, based on the description just saying it was a colonial subject type, or a subject type I can make. So we're going to see what happens. That'll be very interesting if this works out. I guess I can try to send over like another character and they'll try to. Maybe one of them will succeed. I got a historical event trying to get me to move my capital to Madrid. The game thinks I'm stupid and would move my capital to Madrid. Madrid is so bad as a capital because... Actually, where is Madrid? Oh, there's Madrid right there. Okay, the problem with Madrid is that it's not on the coast. And you kind of have to be on the coast if you want to be a good capital because, yeah, look at how much control we're getting from the coast. Like, this place would obviously have zero control without the coast. Like, even all this stuff is coming from the coast. And it only has 17% proximity, so like, yeah, without the coast you can't really get much proximity. So obviously I'm going to keep my capital in Sevilla. I got to the point where I can white peace France. Very nice. Now I can cancel my levies. And, yeah, set my thing back to Barcelona. Actually, I should not have made that join Higuera. I should have done this as a separate colony, probably. Actually, they moved their capital to a good natural harbor. I didn't think the AI would do that. Interesting. Netherlands formed without Holland. Well, colonial nations are kind of crazy. I think Portugal made this a colonial nation. It has 55,000 pops in this one little island. That's crazy. Yet colonial traditions gives it 0.2%, and being a new colonial nation gives 0.4%. Wow. So much pop growth. That's these guys are not as good, but they're gaining 2% population growth a year, which is insane. You know, they're going to get up to being a good population in just a couple more years. Not a couple more years, a couple more decades, and they'll have good population, I mean. We got my first location in South Africa to 5,000 pops, so I'm going to put it to a town now, and then I can create a market here. And then I can use like the viceroyalty or whatever to get control over here. Why am I not able to search for it? Maybe I haven't unlocked it yet. There's like a lower tier one that we should have. Yeah, lieutenancy. That gives plus 25 proximity. Why are there so many Catalans in Greece? I was just looking at the Ottomans for a second and I noticed that there's Catalans in Greece. There's so many. It looks like my explorers have found India. Or maybe I already saw this and I'm just misremembering. No, I think this is new. I thought I could only see like here before, right? I think so. Currently, I'm just creating a billion colonial charters out from Cordoba because Cordoba is really overpopulated, I think. Just unlocked merchants' quarters, which I believe are just a 50% upgrade on marketplaces. So, yeah, I'm going to mass build these guys. Not a lot of money. I'm not sure why I didn't want to build up more. I'm trying to replace all of my marketplaces, or yeah, even here actually it's not too expensive. I guess maybe the cost doesn't scale up with the building cap if it's just upgrading. I'm going to upgrade everything to merchant quarters, and that's going to be very nice for giving me a ton more trade capacity, which will mean more trade profits. I finished a thing here. I can either form a new colonial subject, or I can keep this as mine and then use this for like a conquistador, maybe? I actually don't know. Can I create a conquistador? Wait, what is an extraterritorial subject? I'm not sure why I can create France as an extraterritorial subject. Can I annex this revolt now? No, I can't quite annex it yet. I'm gonna keep this as part of Spain for now, I think. I'm not actually sure what, yeah. I'm not sure how conquistadors work. I should probably try to do conquistadors again. I need more manpower to do conquistadors. which is a bit of a problem. I didn't realize you didn't even need a town for a market. Well, I'm gonna create a market in like Cape maybe then. I'm gonna do a market like here, I guess, because this has no market access, and so it'll benefit the most. And it also has a good natural harbor, which I assume might give more market access. I'm not sure about that, but I would assume that a natural harbor gives more market access. Now I've got my market down here in South Africa. Don't got much trade capacity here. The profit per trade capacity is kind of insane though. Not very often do I get more than 2 profit per trade capacity. So it'd be nice to get more trade capacity here. The only problem is that that's not really possible. Because I think all the buildings to get trade capacity kind of need towns, or most of the good ones at least. Require towns. Let me just sort by this market. Where is this market going to be in my list of markets? It's going to be somewhere. We'll sort by no markets. Trade capacity. And then, so we got market villages, fishing villages, and wharves. Why can I not see marketplaces at all? Okay, well I can build merchant quarters. That's the reason I couldn't see it. I'll build one. That's apparently the cap, just building one merchant quarters down here. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. We only have 5% control. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. It's kind of tough to get control all the way down here. Wait, why is this just integrated? It should be a core, right? Oh, I guess this location hasn't actually culture swapped. Barely, not quite yet culture swapped. Mali just declared war on me. I don't know if these provinces are even good. Maybe I can just give them to Mali. I don't think it's that important to keep them. I just got them from Portugal. Wait, what? Mali is just willing to peace out? Okay, well, sure, Mali, I'll peace out. We need to split up the New World with England. Sure, we'll meet with the English in Sevilla. We'll see what the English think. We got the Treaty of Sevilla. Historically this is the Treaty of Tordesillas. But if we click Tordesillas in the option, then we get a downside, which is we get +5 decentralization progress, and I don't want to have that. Oh, looks like it shows our claims as some stuff already because we have explored them, I guess. I don't know why we have claims on that. I'm recruiting a conquistador for real this time. It looks like it's actually spawning in my territory that I have over here. I told it to conquer like this region over here. Where's AIAs? Let's see. It's over here. Okay, keep that as part of Spain. I had to export horses from Lisbon to here in order to make it create because it needs horses, and there's no horses in the New World, I'm pretty sure. My conquistador has arrived. We can see the conquistador armies right there. Anytime they occupy a province, they should conquer it. And yes, they just occupied their first province and they got it. Yeah, send envoys and offer them an alliance, sure. You got an alliance. Oh, that gives us an annex CB on Maya. Interesting. Spain have given a guarantee to Tolhuacan. Annex CB, what does this do? It gives minus 50% conquest cost, so that's cool. But my conquistadors are probably too good to need that. Looks like we have multiple conquistadors. I don't know if that's going to mean that all this is going to get split between multiple countries. The natives just fought like 4,000 versus 2,000 and they lost so badly. Wait, what happened to my stack? I can't see it anymore. I'm so confused what happened to my country. Huh? Did my conquistador just die? I think it died. Okay, well I'm going to create a new conquistador, I guess. And hopefully this one fares a little bit better. Now I have a conquistador in Maya. Interesting. So it seems like if a conquistador occupies a location and then they lose the occupation, the conquistador dies. That doesn't seem quite like how that should work. So maybe I need to try to grant the conquistador more territory? Can I even do that? This is not too clear. I'm gonna try commissioning 3 conquistadors at once. Maybe this will be good enough. By the way, the reason I'm not just declaring war myself is that I can't really bring troops over here that easily, I think. I think it's pretty hard to bring troops over here. Maybe I could try, but I think it's going to be kind of hard to bring troops. So it would really help me if they could just not fail at their job, you know? So hopefully that will work. Apparently I'm out of manpower? I thought I had enough for 3. No, 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 please. Why? It seems like conquistadors aren't quite strong enough to beat the natives. So I think I need to try to ship over an army. We'll see how well it goes if I try to ship over an army. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, I hope I have a good maritime presence. Yeah, I do. So what I'm going to do is like find my navy. I need to split off all the like cogs and use them. How do I split off the cogs? Cog? No? Okay, I guess I'll create a separate navy for this. Just create a bunch of cogs. Probably need more in Sevilla because I'm pretty sure that can build more at once. And yeah, with all these cogs, hopefully I can ship over my like 20,000 guys to the New World. With them, I'll hopefully be able to actually beat Tepeyac, which I guess has become the Aztecs of this universe. Apparently 30 cogs cannot transport 28 units. I thought this was going to be enough. Is there like a transport quantity or something? Huh. I guess we don't. It's not very clear how much troops it can handle. Oh, 250? Dang, that's not very much. That means I need to like cut this in half, basically. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot and see how much we can get. Let's try and get these across. Okay. Go to New Spain. Can you not transport there? What? Oh, actually, this way is most efficient. We should go to like here. But why is it not letting me do that? Oh, it is. Okay, it's just not visualizing. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. Got my few K troops across. Hopefully this will be enough to win. Surely. I should probably declare war on the Maya before I lose my Annex CB. Yeah. These guys have so many subjects. It's kind of insane. Should be able to take quite a lot. Oh, first I have to take Maya war goals before I can take other stuff, but yeah, we're gonna take a lot in this war, I think. Almost a full annex, or maybe a full annex, we'll see. I spawned a conquistador to help me out here, because it can conquer part of their territory, and as long as I protect it from getting full annex with my troops, then it's not as bad. I guess I should ship these 30 ships back so I can try to get another 4K stack and then use that to maybe land the Mayans. And see this battle here between like 9K versus 8K, and we're doing like 10x their casualties, or maybe even more sometimes. Depends on how it rolls. No, they're gonna kill my conquistador. So sad. No way. Do I get back there in time? I do? Come on. Oh, but the conquistador sieged this in time. Okay, that's good. I lost a ship on the way here. Okay, I guess I'll have to go and port for a second to repair. I'm gonna assault their fort. Let's see how that goes. Oh, it's actually going kind of badly, but I did get it. Okay. My flag just changed as we enter the Age of Reformation. I actually don't know which is going to be the best age ability to pick here. This gives tax efficiency, cabinet efficiency. Oh yeah, I think this one was good. Does it have like trade capacity is nice, yeah. So maybe I just go Diplo ideas unless there's something really good in like military ideas or something. I don't remember admin ideas being too good here. Siege ability and mill ideas. 20% siege ability is actually really nice. But I don't know. I don't think it beats out 20% cabinet efficiency and stuff. I'm pretty sure there's nothing good in admin. Yeah, pretty much all admin has is +2 cultural capacity, so I'm gonna pick up Diplo. That's pretty nice. I have a pretty decent chance of spawning global trade, but Paris and Tunis actually have a higher chance than me, and Prague and Kiev, and Genoa. But we are on the list, which means we'll spawn. Oh, it'll come to us very quickly. Or we're on the list twice though, because we have Lisbon as well. Oh, artillery spawned in my country. Nice. Is it gonna spread to my capital super quickly? Yes, that's super fast. It's actually possible I spawned all 3 institutions. It looks like some sort of collapse just happened because Maya is no longer a subject of these guys, and these guys just broke free. Um, Interesting. Okay, so I can try to. What? You're the primary war target, actually. So does that mean I can separate piece Maya, actually? Okay. Well, we just spawned we just spawned global trade. Now, just confessionalism. If we get that, then we spawned all 3 institutions, and she can spawn in a lot of our provinces. It's got like almost 50% chance of spawning in us, I think. And we get all 3 institutions spawning in Spain. That's cool. First time I've had all 3 institutions spawn in me. Although this is like only my 5th playthrough this far into the game, or maybe 4th. So for some reason I cannot get war score on secondary participants, probably because of the like weird stuff that happened with these guys breaking apart while I was at war with them. So I'm just gonna peace out, and yeah, we're a lot bigger now. I guess I should try to create a colonial nation. I need to colonize something to create a colonial nation. Probably colonize like here to create a colonial nation. It's not maybe an ideal capital. Oh, I can already embrace artillery. I guess there was enough in my states where it could have potentially spawned that comes out to over 20% of our pops. Okay, well I already have artillery embraced. Okay, well I guess I'll start going for artillery stuff then. Um, what do I want to research in artillery? Army morale is nice. Yeah, that's gonna be super good. Then I probably want to go for like my unique unit. What's it called? I'm trying to remember what my unique unit's called. How am I so stupid to forget it? There it is, Tercio. It has more initiative. It has less morale damage received and more morale damage dealt. So it's a lot better unit than pikemen, and pikemen are not a terrible unit. I kind of want to try to import some slaves to the New World. I should try to build some plantations. Um, can't build any cotton plantations. Can't build any sugar plantations. What? Why can I not build plantations? Requirements not met. Produces tobacco. So let's say I look for a location that produces stuff. Yeah, apparently none of my New World stuff has sugar yet. That's unfortunate. Maybe Jamaica? I feel like I remember hearing Jamaica had stuff historically. It has tobacco, I guess. Ohigwe is starting a colony here, so I should be able to build like a tobacco plantation here, right? Um, okay, it's not in the filtered locations for some reason. Why are you not in the filtered locations? Oh, because I'm looking at Sevilla market. Oh, okay. I'm gonna build up like a ton, right? Oh, I'm out of naval supplies. Okay, I need to import more naval supplies. Yeah, I'm sparing up a bunch of tobacco plantations, and now I can import slaves from like Arguin or something. This market I've got a lot of trade capacity in, or not a ton, but a some. I can grab slaves and export them to this market, or what? Why can I not? Um, you have no trade capacity assigned to it. Why can I not assign more trade capacity to it? Um, hmm. Maybe I don't have like a connection in either market. I guess I can use my trade capacity in this market, remove all market automation, and then use all trade capacity to import slaves. Yeah, I guess this will work. You have no trade capacity left? What? I have like 4.5 more. Maybe I need to wait for the month tick. If I can force England to divert trade, I wonder what the requirements are for this. It seems kind of insane. Sometimes you can't do big countries, but now I can do England. That's quite the country right there. Oh, England lost their own market. I wonder if that's why. I'm gonna invest in stability. I think I kind of need it because I'm actually running negative 32 stability right now, and I'm gonna be embracing two more institutions kind of soon. I kind of wonder why my tax base has gone down by like 400 recently. Huh, I'm still most profitable first. Yeah, I'm not really sure what would have decreased my tax base by like 400 over the last kind of little bit. Oh yeah, Conquistador will probably be much more effective now that these countries are much more split up. Let's see how this goes. I just got diplomatic hegemon. Now the only hegemon I don't have is naval hegemon. I can probably get naval hegemon pretty easily if I just build up some heavy ships. Yeah, let's build up some heavy ships to get naval hegemon. I guess build them up here because I already have stuff queued up in the bottom. Yeah, slowly get up to naval hegemon. The downside of being so many hegemons, actually I just lost diplomatic hegemon, is that it does cost you a lot in expected cost of core. You can see each hegemon is plus 1%, and being max great power is plus 10%. Apparently I popped the religious turmoil disaster for Spain. I need 90% religious unity and 90 spiritualist, or I need 60 humanist and some other stuff, or 30 stability. Should be reaching 30 stability. It's going to be the easiest one, but I kind of want to embrace these institutions. I guess I'll have to wait another like 4 years to reach 30 stability before I can do it. Got my tobacco plantations. I should look at how much. There's currently only 250 slaves employed. That seems quite low because I did have quite a lot of slave import, I thought, or maybe I need a lot more trade capacity. Yeah, this probably isn't enough. Can I like import slaves via Sevilla and then export them again? Or I can export via Fez actually. Like massively reduce my automated trade capacity here, and then set up a big trade for exporting slaves from the Fez market over to here. Yeah, that'll be good. That should mean this has a lot more slaves and less demand. That'll be nice. Where is this? It's here. Okay, yeah, I want to form a new colonial nation. And then I'll give this some of my territory in Spain. I just realized I can rename these guys. That's good. I should probably do that. I'll give these guys some more land. It's gonna take them a while to use this land. I'll probably create more subjects because, yeah, this subject's not gonna have good control anywhere. I'll rename these guys Spanish Caribbean. It's not a good name. Or no, we'll rename these guys Hispaniola, even though they own more than that. You know, let's rename them that. That seems better. Oh, all the chilies are making so much profit. Where am I getting the chilies from? I assume I'm getting them from like here or something. Chile. Yeah, there's so much chilies here. Spanish export to like 1,000,000 markets from here, making big profits. Oh, my trade was making more profit. But like a lot of the big trades are all coming from the New World. That's nice to see. Apparently, I have like 15 years of just infinite money. What? Minus so much inflation? I can just run max minting. Treaty of Sevilla got signed. All right. It looks like we have a pretty good amount of claims, and they don't really have that much. Or they got a lot of Africa, actually. Yeah, they got a lot. Oh, I just realized I need to. Stability is a requirement for any of these. I thought stability was a separate victory condition, but no, I'm wrong, apparently. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's gonna make things a little bit tough. Yeah, minus. I mean, this disaster actually isn't that bad, so maybe I can just keep it going. Should I just go for 90 spiritualist? It's probably the easiest way out. Or where are we right now on that? We're currently at 24 spiritualists. Yeah, that's a bit tough. I think I'll try to go humanist. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go humanist. It's not ideal, but I'm gonna try. Try to go humanist. It's gonna cost me a lot in legitimacy, but yeah, we're going to accept that our stability is just not gonna be high enough for a little bit. Embracing both confessionalism and global trade. Now I can cancel these texts that I was gonna research, and I'm gonna go straight for the Supreme Court for the -5 proximity cost. Then probably want to go for this +5 research speed. Yeah, that looks like it has some decent stuff on the way. Then after that, I'll probably start going for all of the workshops that are over here in global trade. There's so many workshops. There's also the Viceroyalty, which is kind of nice, but tools workshop, beer workshop, pottery workshop, glass workshop, saltpeter workshop, so many workshops. Another event to give Sevilla more development. Sevilla's got to have a lot of development. Yeah, Sevilla's at 65 dev. England just turned Anglican, so the Treaty of Sevilla is no longer a real thing. We're the only person actually in it, so it doesn't matter anymore. I should probably just Protestant, to be honest. It's kind of a better religion, you know, we can get -5 prox cost from Protestantism. Yeah, I don't really feel like flipping Protestant in this game, actually. I just got another government reform slot from tech. I'm going to pick up consolidation of diplomatic affairs. This will give +20 subject. Is it that subject opinions? Oh. Oops. I thought that was loyalty of subjects. Oops. Okay, I just wasted 20 stability. It's fine. Yeah, I'm picking up this one instead because it gives 15 loyalty of subjects, which will make all my subjects loyal, or at least most of them. Yeah, seemingly all of them. I'm making so much money. I'm making like 10 times what I was making as Russia around this time period. So yeah, Spain is a lot better of a country. Also, I guess I have a little bit more experience, but I think it's just that Spain is a much better country than Russia. Russia's pretty weak over here. The terrain isn't that good, although you do have like a bunch of minus proximity cost modifiers. They're just not good enough to make up for the fact you're in like a terrible position. You know, making 1.5 thousand from trade right now, because I'm trading out like a lot of chilies from this market, which makes so much money. Here, this market is running like a slight chili shortage, but Europe is running insane chili shortages. You get price of 16 in Paris. I can ask Zimbabwe for their trade. That's going to be a lot of trade capacity to steal half of Zimbabwe. Yeah, that's 15 only? That's kind of surprisingly little. Okay. But, I mean, we can start doing more trading with India with all that trade capacity I just stole. I guess since I have so much money, I'm just going to start colonizing kind of everything. Like Madagascar, you know, we can colonize that. That'll be nice. So let us get more trade capacity over to the east. And yeah, I'm just going to start like a billion colonies, sort of. I mean, it's going to kind of depopulate Spain, but that's fine. Okay, I just built a couple of colonies. Now I'm spending 380 or 280 on cost of colonies. Days of infinite money are behind us for now. I have to lower minting because yeah, we lost the modifier that was giving like insane minus inflation. I should probably still say at 0 instead of negative. Might get the parliament thing for minus inflation. Our budget's still kind of good, you know, we're making 4,000 income. 4,500 even if we get lucky on the trade income. Sometimes it's higher than others. I don't know exactly why. I guess it's just sort of fluctuations in prices. And our balance will be a lot better once we're not at below 100 legitimacy. Because, yeah, paying 2,000 for cost of core is a lot. I'm going to delete my old army and invest in some tercios because they're going to be a lot better, I think. You know, double the regiment size, meaning we'll get more troops in combat, and they have more initiative, less morale damage received, and more morale damage dealt. I'm gonna build most of them over, or I can't build them actually here. I was gonna try to build them in Morocco because I wanted to attack Morocco with them, but I guess I can't do that, so I'll just queue them up all over here, and then I'll have to build up like a big navy to try to ship them across, I guess. Like 100 transport ships or something. Apparently I'm out of manpower already. So far I have enough transport ships to transport over around 25,000 troops at once. I guess I got another like 9 here. So now I can actually do 25,000 at once. So I'll split, split, split. Now I have like, yeah, 26,000, which you can transport over. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to do that 8 times, and we should have all of our troops shipped over. There's 25,000. I can actually probably keep like 100k just on the mainland in case we get any rebellions. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, I think my troops are dying because I don't have enough manpower to replace them in like the maintenance. I kind of didn't realize it was going to happen, so I'm going to disband this army, and then hopefully this will give me enough manpower to have this stop happening and also give me a little bit of profit each month. I was kind of wondering why France was having such bad tax base. It turns out they moved their capital to Lille, which, yeah, that's not a very good capital location compared to Paris. I'm going to declare war on Morocco for religious war. And yeah, I kind of think this war is going to be extremely easy. We will see. Just go for like all of the forts. Time to see what happens if I just assault. Okay, I lost like 2,000 guys, but that's fine. Yeah, we can lose 2,000 guys and not be too big of an issue. All of Morocco's forts are not going to be lasting for much longer. No more forts, Morocco. Sorry. Now we get some battles because they're trying to unsiege their forts. See what's going on. Yeah, we're doing like 5 times their casualties because I have so much better troops and they had such few troops, I guess, as well. Insta win that battle. Yeah, this battle we are dealing like 20x their casualties or 10x, something like that. And we have very low morale, but we still will be victorious because we're doing so much more casualties. Morocco tried to attack this army. They actually had more troops than me at the start, but my troops are just so much better quality. The tercios are too good. They're unbeatable. Unbeatable, yeah. The war score cost of some stuff from Tunis is absolutely insane. Look at this. Minus 67 war score? Also, why is it getting minus 10% from same religion? What? Do they actually have provinces that are Catholic? No, I don't know why I'm getting that minus 10%. But yeah, getting stuff from Tunis is insanely expensive. But Morocco shouldn't be that expensive, right? Like that's just 3 war score. That's 6 war score? I guess that's half of what it says it was going to be. Okay. Yeah, we're currently only at 36% war score, so I can't take a 100% war score peace deal, but even a 100 war score peace deal against Morocco is going to be pretty small. I do wish they made the war score cost from tax base scale with global tax base, because, yeah, the tax base war score cost sometimes is a little bit insane. Like, Fez is literally 50 base war score cost, almost. That's kind of insane. Sevilla is going to actually, yeah, it's getting the... No, it's not getting the max from tax base. The max is plus 50. I guess it's not a 250 tax-based province. Do we have a 250 tax-based province? Looks like we actually don't. Quite surprising. Yeah, Sevilla is number 1 at 220, but I'm sure someone has a 250 250 tax-based province, probably someone over here in Asia. Actually, looks like maybe no one does. Timur? Is that Timur? Oh, Timurids actually exist this game. Except that's not what I was seeing. Koke Timur is like Yuan, but Timurids actually exist this game. I haven't seen Timurids in any of my previous games, really. They're actually doing okay this game. I'm gonna go for a Parliament CB for France. Go for like Narbonne. We gotta get our revenge on France. You know, they kind of invaded me a couple times, and now that we're a lot stronger than them, I think we gotta get our revenge, conquer southern France. I can now peace out with Morocco for a 100 war score. Very nice little bit of expansion. The name Spain is now showing up over here a bit better, I think at least. And I guess I should now, or no, I still want someone strengthening government, but the rest of these guys I should probably put on integrate province over here. We want to integrate Fez. We don't really care about cracking down on Nahua patriots that much. Just a little bit of convenience. All of this stuff we just got to start integrating. I'm gonna completely remove automated trade from Fez. Or no, I'll do a little bit just in case there's some really profitable trades, but the rest I want to spend entirely on exporting slaves to the New World. Because I'm really not getting many slaves here yet, and so I want to be able to get more. But yeah, I had a war against Maya I wanted to fight. I'm gonna declare that. And start trying to siege down the Mayans. It is unfortunate that Conquistadors don't really work, because that would have made this a lot simpler if the Conquistadors could just siege all this stuff down for me. But instead we gotta do it ourselves. Well, these guys have more territory that I can't see right now, but I'm just gonna take all the territory that they have and peace out with them. I mean, that disbands a coalition. Oh yeah, I had my war goal against France. I guess I should go use that. We'll see how this war goes. I think we should beat France pretty easily. Looks like they don't even have any forts really in their deep south. Yeah, sort of going for everything, I guess. They really have very few forts. The AI must be pretty poor, because I think the AI usually likes forts quite a lot. I'm assaulting their subjects' forts. Yeah, this war... France seems to be very weak this game. Usually France is kind of strong, but sometimes they just kind of bankrupt or move their capital to a stupid place, and then they're not so strong. We got this battle here to see how OP the tercios are. We're doing like 10x their casualties. I assume they don't have artillery units unlocked yet. They must not have the units from the artillery tech. I don't even have generals on most of my armies, and that's what's happening without generals. I'm gonna turn on replace generals automation, because yeah, we're actually kind of losing now. I need to get good generals so that my armies don't just die. I also probably shouldn't have enabled carpet siege, because yeah, they're dying a little bit too much because of that, I think. Unfortunate. I mean, I still have a 2-to-1 casualty ratio against the French, but you know, don't want to have unnecessary deaths. Should see how much we're going to get from a 100 war score. It looks like we're going to get a pretty good amount. I'm going to peace out for this against France. 94% war score. I occupied Paris and stuff. Or actually, I should show you what I occupied. Yeah, I occupied most of France. But I'm just going to peace out. Yeah, pretty good war. Spain has expanded a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have conquered quite this much land from France. I didn't think about this that well. Um, okay, well that's not ideal. Oops. Oops. Surely we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We got like the strongest army in the world right now. I'm every hegemon, you know. No one can beat me, even if it's a coalition of all of Western Europe, surely. So far I'm stronger than the coalition, but yeah, if every potential coalition member joins, then I'm probably losing that coalition war. I don't know. But I'm trying to improve relations with especially the Ottomans. We need to get them out of the coalition for sure. Just improving relations with like Two Sicilies, Serbia, Ottomans, trying to get everyone I can out of the coalition. I'm piecing out Tepeyac for 78% war score. Really isn't that much land, unfortunately. It's pretty tough to conquer land in Mexico. It's a lot of land that you gotta conquer. Now I got 35% war score on Maya, which means I can take a pretty good peace deal from them. I can't take that because it's occupied by someone else. Can I vassalize Maya? It's 71% war score. I need to occupy their capital, but actually I could do that. Maybe I should just vassalize Maya? No, probably not. I should probably just try to annex them, or conquer as much of them as I can. Yeah, I'll just try to conquer as much of them as I can. I can get a pretty good amount of their land. Unfortunately, the rest is occupied, I think, by other people. Or not this. We can occupy that and get it Other than that, I think the rest is just occupied by other people. Oh, actually, there's stuff down here. Why can I not go down there? I can't go into Terra Incognita? I can go for the capital of Maya here. Okay, I'm gonna peace out with Maya. Yeah, some of this territory is not exactly connected, but I can colonize to make it connected. Yeah, try to colonize. Trying to do like conquest of Mexico is so hard. Okay, I now have greater than 90 humanism. I just need 30 stability, and I can finally end religious turmoil. Plus 20 towards capital economy. That's so good. That's amazing. I've just been kind of struggling to get capital economy progress, but hey, that's another 20. Getting me kind of close to the peak of capital economy progress. That should help out with tax base, I think, because yeah, all our buildings are going to have another like 4% production efficiency now. Yeah, that boosted me up to 7,000 tax base now. Plus 10% tax efficiency modifier. That's very nice to another 10% tax efficiency. Making a bit more money. Almost at 30 stability. I can establish a colonial nation here, then I can feed it some stuff over here. We'll call this Newer Spain, because we all know historically Mexico was New Spain, not Florida. The game's got everything so wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna cede these guys some provinces. They're not gonna really get control on it, but neither was I really. It's not a big loss. Nice. The religious turmoil disaster is over. Now I can stop investing in stability because it's a big scam, very expensive. Yeah, I'm making a pretty decent profit of 2.3 thousand ducats. Could definitely be more though. You gotta get more tax efficiency. I do have a tech I could research for plus 10 tax efficiency, but right now I'm trying to go for this trade range. One of my colonies declared war on someone and now I'm at war with Britain? Huh. That's interesting. That seems a little bit extreme for my colony to declare war on England. Except that I actually have a strong enough army that I can just white peace England. Because I assume they're getting insane from military balance. Yeah, negative 44 from military balance because I have a 132,000 standing army. France just joined the coalition. I'm still barely stronger than the coalition, apparently. I'm gonna create a new market for Madagascar. They have so much prestige. 88 prestige. That's pretty good. If I don't have cores on Aragon, I guess I should be accepting Aragonese. Oops. Yeah, that's only 0.15 cultural capacity. Definitely should have done that. Yeah, that should be nice to get cores on all that land. I mean, it's not that much, but it'll help out a bit. The first post-release update for EU5 just came out, and admin ability now gives proximity cost. Unfortunately that my ruler is only 24 in admin right now. My next ruler is a little bit better, it looks like. I should definitely put him on expensive education. Expensive education is way better now that it gives minus prox cost. It's a insane modifier to have for your ruler. Much better than all the other modifiers, I think. I mean, maybe it's comparable to like army morale and state satisfaction equilibrium, but yeah, admin power is just so strong now. Or admin ability. Seems like the new patch might have fixed Conquistadors, because I actually have a Conquistador doing some stuff here. Maybe I should hire some more Conquistadors. Yeah, sure, I'll commission another Conquistador. Conquer this region. Chartered companies gives an extra 200 trade range. Does that give me access to any more markets from Seville? I think I couldn't trade with Getty Market before. Apparently that's going through Alexandria to reach that. No, that doesn't make sense. Why would I not be able to trade with Adon then? Huh. Or Mogadishu. It must be going this way, right? It must just be visualizing incorrectly, I think. Surely. Yeah, we'll see if that increases our trade revenue. I kind of think it's probably not going to increase it that much. I will go for this plus 10% tax efficiency tech, I guess. That's going to be nice. Plus 3 character life expectancy. What else do I want to go for? I could just go for this plus 1 cabinet seat. Probably minus 0.05 rebel growth is kind of nice. Looks like the extra trade range didn't really help with trade revenues because we didn't really get to any new major markets. If we could trade with like India directly from Seville, then that would be pretty big. But other than that, not much we can really do. Wow, this market is making so much profit. Almost 1.5 thousand. I wonder what they're trading. I lost my #1 great power spot to the Kingdom of Jian. They have 600 from population scaled by control. Wow. That's a lot. It's so much great power points. I'm surprised they have so much. They must have annexed someone here, right? Yeah, that must be how. Because China's actually somewhat uniting now. They used to be really bad at uniting. Or maybe they just got lucky this game, probably. I think I'm going to end off the Spain run here, right before 1600. We did pretty good, I think, in this run. Hit like 8,000 tax base just before 1600, which I'd say is very solid. Definitely we could have gotten a lot more if we got into the Age of Absolutism, especially with trade income, because we can get our crown power up a lot in the Age of Absolutism to like at least 60% or something, probably a lot higher than that, and crown power directly impacts our trade income, so we could probably have like 3 or 4,000 trade income easily, not even accounting for the extra trade range we'd get with these techs. I guess I'll quickly do an overview. You can see the culture map mode of our country. We converted all of Granada to Castilian, but other than that, most of the cultures have stayed the same. I guess Castilian has become a minority almost everywhere, though, except for in North Africa. Didn't end up accepting the the Moroccans, because it costed a little bit too much cultural capacity, and it wasn't that important for coring. Apparently we have cores on our subject there, which is a little bit interesting. In the New World, we have Newer Spain with a tax base of about 100, pretty small. Sawat with a tax base of 2, that's terrible, wow. They must have a really bad proximity. Yeah, no, they're not even that bad proximity. I don't know why their tax base is so awful. Viceroyalty of New Spain with tax base of 60, that's not too bad. Hispaniola, which I believe is our best subject, with a tax base of 350, that's actually pretty solid. Single locations at 50. I wonder if those are locations where we were spamming tobacco plantations? No, they're not. These ones are. The ones over here are the tobacco ones. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough slaves to fully employ the RGO, so none of them are going into the plantation. Second largest colonial nation, Brazil, tax base of around 200, and apparently is colonizing over here in like the Peru area, which I think has really good resources. Although, yeah, we can't see like the really good part of it. You can see a little bit of gold here, but I bet there's a ton more over here that we just can't quite see. In terms of income, it looks like we've got around double the second highest country, which is Hosyala in southern India. Quite crazy that they're able to keep up with half our income, but I guess they have around half our pops in just this small area, which is, yeah, the density of India is quite insane. You know, like 100,000 per location minimum almost. They also have a slightly higher admin ruler, which gives a bit better proximity cost. You know, our ruler only got 24 admin skill. So yeah, that's the end of this video, so goodbye!